Did you ever see my thought shit in Mexico video Mandy shot of me on her Instagram?
Yes.
Because I just showed that to a client yesterday.
Really?
And he laughed so hard he almost vomited.
What is this? Pull up Vinny's Instagram.
Yeah, shit?
Mandy's Instagram for sure.
Oh, Mandy's Instagram.
Yes.
Okay.
Thought shit.
What is hers under? I forget. Yeah.
I think it's just at Mandy.
Mandy Palone.
M-A-N-D-I-E. Mandy.
Mandai.
That's how you spell it.
That's funny. Well, while he's doing that, Amrom, welcome back.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Amrom spent the month in New York,
Oh
much to
my
his
God.
dismay.
What were you doing there?
I had wedding gigs every weekend, and so like I was just playing the saxophone, and it was all right. Yeah.
All right, so we got
awesome.
we got Mandy's
yeah.
Instagram. Let's find what are we looking at here?
Videos.
How far back?
Videos.
Or no, it'd be in the feed though, right? Or I guess it's,
No,
yeah.
there it is.
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Let's see.
Wow.
Let's see. Thought
You did say
shit.
You gotta have volume on. You gotta have volume on.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shit. Finna make me a profit. When the liquor hit, then the bitch get toxic.
Oh my God.
I've been listening to
Yes!
Dude,
yes!
there was fucking 200 people behind me when I filmed this.
Yes!
That's amazing.
I thought you guys would get a kick out of that.
How many
I
autographs?
forgot I even did it.
How many autographs did you sign after this?
It was more signing titties, but yeah.
You are also so red, Vinny. You're like,
He's in Tulum.
yeah.
I was there for 2 weeks.
Damn. Yeah.
Pop art films. I'm so moist. That's great. Oh my God.
Nice.
I love that.
And then Shark Girl Madison.
Did I comment on this?
Awesome.
I
don't know.
That's a real fan.
All
right. Kill the sound.
I totally forgot I even did that. Like, forgot she posted it, everything. And then we're at a client's house, and she put that on, and he has full-blown surround sound in his whole house. And I heard the song, and it was like someone with amnesia hitting their head again. And I was like, why
You started doing all the dance moves
I
with
couldn't
it. You're
believe
like,
it.
oh yeah, I remember that.
I walked into the kitchen, and I was like, holy shit. I had totally forgot I ever did it. On my kids' hearts, I forgot I fucking
That's
did that.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Wow. So that was my
amazing.
Memorial
How
Day.
much fuel did you have
I was gonna say,
power
what
in
are you
that
I
one?
was speaking in cursive that day. it's not me.
Yeah. I'm going to get in
Yes.
the water.
It's like, babe, get your camera out. And then forgot about it for 4 months. Yeah.
Oh my God. The looks, because like being in Tulum on the beach, like that's literally every 5 feet.
Yes.
It looks like that.
Yes.
Except, it's like a bunch of hot chicks just trying to pad their Instagram
yes.
profiles.
That's what inspired it, was everywhere. There's perfect 10s, guys and girls everywhere doing the whole like, hold my hand, but then let go and I'll look back.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's the worst. Oh my
So
God.
so there was like
Christ.
9 couples at our little boutique hotel doing that over and over. I was like, fuck it. Get your phone. We're going to the beach. And I've made fun of everybody doing it.
Oh my God. What sort of reactions did you get from the people?
Everybody laughed.
Yeah?
Even the people that were there with like pro cameras.
Like
and
the people that were
lighting.
actually doing it
Oh
for
yeah,
real.
they all laughed. They all got it.
That's great.
And then at the end of it, like I was walking by him and like they're like, that was amazing. And I was like, no, yours was really good too.
Dude, that's a real power move.
Oh
right
my
there.
God,
that's
give me
a
your-
real power move in it, dude. I like that.
Oh,
That's
dude,
hot
my
shit,
3
yeah.
kids were there like, yeah, get it again. It was fucking
Go
great.
Dad, go Dad.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we were inspired by
beautiful.
the IG models of America.
Well, you are the next up and coming IG model of America. That's for damn sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, so also speaking of which, since I haven't been here in a while, how's your piano stuff coming along?
It's going well.
Yeah. When's the
So it's supposed to be end of June. We hit a little hiccup.
What's
the
it?
song is a little harder than I thought.
Oh.
Now that I'm reading it and playing it.
Do you need to bring in the help of a real professional?
Yes. Absolutely. Because there is some tempo shit that's like, if I
What are
don't
you
get
trying
it
to play?
figured
What is it?
out- Should we drop it?
No.
No. Okay.
I know because Mandy told
Man, I got wasted at your
Mandy
show.
told me.
Fucking
Yeah.
told me.
Oh.
It's really worth not telling.
Okay. So don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You can see the tempo problems, right?
Yeah. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Amram, can you help him?
I think I could.
I mean, more than your
You
fucking
just played
piano teacher
professionally
can.
for like 9 people's biggest day.
I think I could do it. Well, I mean, that's saxophone. This is piano, but I mean, I've got
come
enough
on.
piano.
well, is the problem technique? Is it piano stuff? Like, is it
Well, look at
actually
my
playing
fingers.
the?
So my fingers.
Yo,
don't
what
work.
is that?
Yeah.
What? Holy
They don't
shit!
work right.
Wait a second. What is that?
So I don't work.
Oh damn!
This one
Let's
does
get it-
not straighten.
Did something
Oh my
happen to that?
god!
Football.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Football happened.
Wow.
So I got boutonniere deformity here, mallet deformity here. My hands don't close when I close my fingers.
Wow.
My thumbs are both completely disjointed.
Whoa!
Whoa.
So that causes a bunch of. So like when
Oh
I'm
my
playing,
God.
thumb will pop out. This will get caught on a sharp that's not supposed to be played. So I really have to be like,
Right.
You,
and it makes it really fucking hard.
you're trying to play and you're trying to like get your finger like
Yes. Oh yeah. Like, or my hand will cramp because my fingers are so fucked, and I'll be like, yeah.
every once in a while in the songs you just hear Vinny going.
Right.
So your fingers literally have a mind of their own. They're just like,
Like this pinky.
F
'cause
sharp.
Here, if I hold my hand up flat, that is my hand straight.
Oh my
You can
god!
imagine
dude.
how that pinky catches on shit.
that's an issue.
What?
So I'll be playing and like, and the instructor's like, "Oh, that wasn't right." I'm like, "Well, it was.
It would have been.
Well, you see,
It was right.
that's
up
really
here
hard 'cause-
until it made it to here.
yeah. Well, that's really hard because like that's your right hand and like pinky stuff.
Yeah.
Like all the melody's gonna be over
I know."
there.
So
you
then I would
know?
switch to the forefinger,
Yeah.
and then but then that fucks up the rest when you try to come back to it.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
Wait,
almost
wait.
been to the point where two instructors have told me, like we talked about, I have two, but one really. Find your own way almost, and that does not help with the song I'm trying to play.
No, it doesn't because like that's basically them saying like, I don't know what
Good
to tell
luck.
you.
Yeah, good luck. And I don't blame them.
Can you reach an octave? Like, will your hands spread
Yes.
enough to play an octave?
Yes.
That's just so strange because like
That's tough.
your fingers stuck here, like because like I can,
Yep.
obviously straighten out, but like, wow.
Yeah, so I can reach the octave, but
Okay.
when I go to bring it back and retract, that's when it drags.
Huh.
Or when I go to reach, it drags. 'Cause
That's
look, 'cause
so
that's
crazy.
Dang.
The reality.
For anybody who's not watching, like Vinny's pinky goes in like 6 different directions. I don't
That's
even
fucked.
understand how it's possible.
Yeah, we should just like input a picture or something.
Well, and
that's
both,
crazy.
like I can't wear a wedding ring because this one is broken so bad that depending on the temperature of the day, it's like a size 12 or a size 8.
Wow.
So I've lost like 9 fucking rings.
Wow, because they'll just fall
That's
fall
crazy.
off.
Yep.
You picked a heck of an
Wow.
instrument, man. I feel
Yeah.
like you could probably still do guitar.
I can play guitar
Yeah.
pretty well. Pretty
his fingers, like,
in a
pre-bent
room full of musicians. That's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking said.
I could play it really well.
Yeah.
Wait, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you would do it with his hand then.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
Wow,
you're
that's
good.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
bad. They're
that is
bad.
the weirdest looking pinky I think I've ever seen.
It gets caught on the weirdest shit too. It's caught in doors and shit. Like you try to shut a door softly. Think about that. So I'm like, yeah, shit happens all the fucking time.
You're like,
Yep.
ka-ching. Oh my god! Wow, that's amazing.
Dang.
So Amrom just got back. You were doing wedding gigs in New
No.
York. That sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I honestly, to be totally honest, because I don't gig like I used to. You know, I don't go out and perform all that much.
Right.
When I do it, I enjoy the hell out of it because I'm doing it in exactly the way that I want to be doing it. Right. But like, I don't know. I don't take gigs. Right. And before I moved to Colorado, I was doing that. I was doing restaurants. I was doing, bars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't miss it. I don't. I'm so like I don't. Maybe that makes me a bad musician, but like I don't miss the annoyance of just like playing to a room like at a restaurant, a room full of people, nobody's listening, everybody just wants you to shut up, and it's just like nobody just wants to, and the staff comes around 8 times and tells you to quiet down, and I'm like, I'm playing a fucking acoustic instrument. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
exactly,
Like there's like,
exactly.
just play a little quieter.
Well,
And I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can totally relate, but then also like you get to miss out on some like the most interesting stories that like would ever happen. Like I don't know, there's 2 stories. There's the one that just happened over this month, and then there's this one that I first had. Okay, so I'll tell the first one. The first one I'm playing in Brooklyn, and I get a phone call from a guy saying, "Oh, hey, is this Amrom?" And I'm like, "Yeah, who's this?" And he's like, "Oh, this is Ryan." I'm like, "Okay, Ryan who's?" Like, "Oh, we
Names
went to
changed for the sake of privacy.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so she's like, "Yeah." So I went to school with you. And you play saxophone, right? I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, I've got this bat mitzvah in New Jersey like next week. It pays X amount. Like, are you available? So I'm like, okay, so I'm cool. So meanwhile, I'm thinking about the name like Ryan, who like, I don't think I've ever met the guy, but he's going to give me a check. So I'm like, okay. so he's my best friend. Right. So he's my best friend. So anyway, so here comes the day. And I drive out to the middle of nowhere, New Jersey. And I'm trying to find the guy, like Ryan S.
You don't know who you're looking for.
No, I
funny.
don't know what he looks like. And so I go, I ask around, and like we're in this like huge catering hall, and it turns out this Jewish family rented out like 3 of the giant halls for their daughter
For one party?
For one party.
Holy shit.
Bat mitzvah.
Bat mitzvahs are big
oh
fucking
my
deal.
God. Yeah.
Hey, continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go.
I'm curious because Leanne told me about, I mean, she would always tell me about the Sweet 16 thing, which was never, like where we're from, that's not a thing.
Well, no, nobody has enough money to.
Well, maybe
10
that,
grand.
maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's part of it. But
That is
like,
100%
Leanne
what
would
it
tell me,
is.
and you. So growing up on Long Island, you probably have seen that. Like, she said it was like a huge thing.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's a wedding level event,
Dude,
Right? Is that a
yeah.
thing here?
Not so much.
Really
No.
interesting.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, and we're talking about the difference between Long
It's
Island.
an East and West Coast thing, like as far as like
Yeah, but
Long
even-
Island and Santa Barbara.
Okay.
It's a big fucking
Well, but
deal.
even where we're East Coast too, but
Yeah.
we were 4 hours north of New York City, and it was like I've never even knew that was a thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they used to have big TV shows about all that. Like they had like My Sweet 16.
My Sweet 16
Oh,
on MTV
yeah.
did like a 10-year run.
Oh, like
Oh,
reality
yeah.
TV?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
reality
Wow.
TV, dude,
Dude.
nuts.
Yeah,
That's
it-
crazy.
And
Like,
and the wedding or the bat mitzvah that I was doing definitely deserved to be on that TLC show, because like, so after I'm like trying to find the guy, and I go to the DJ, and I'm like, hey, are you Ryan S? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, cool, I'm Amrom. And like, I've never seen this guy in my life. I've never met him. And I'm like, okay, well, where do you want me to set up? You know, where's cocktail hour?
Did he act like he knew you? He was like, oh.
Yeah.
Did he recognize you when he saw you?
I don't remember that much.
Okay.
But anyways, he's like, okay, so cocktail hours over here, and do this and do that. Right? So
Are you just playing by yourself?
playing by myself, and
Really?
then for cocktail hours, just solo saxophone, right? And then when it's like those, then when like the actual dancing is happening, it's like me with the DJ like spinning tracks, and I just improvise.
Oh,
over
you're doing
that.
like the whole like
Whoa.
techno
yeah,
with horn
yeah,
shit.
yeah, and
Kinda
like
dig
I
that,
remember
actually.
he
That's actually pretty
yeah,
good.
and I remember he asked me, he's like, hey, so do you have like your light strip? I'm like, my light strip. It was like yeah, you put it on your saxophone, and you're like, whoa. I'm like, no. He's like, it's all right, don't worry about it. I was like, okay, cool.
Like you were expected to have
like-
this
yeah,
thing?
like
Yeah,
a light, yeah,
saxophone
yeah.
player.
right. It's
What?
a thing, yeah.
Do you have your light strip? As
Yeah.
if like, oh, you definitely have one.
Yeah,
of these.
yeah, right. Like
What?
all
Yeah.
saxophone.
Didn't they teach you
players-
that in school? You're
Exactly.
supposed to have
right.
one as a saxophone
Right.
player.
They
yeah.
taught you how to play scales, and they taught you how to use your light strip.
So anyways, I mean, long story short, this was my first like bat mitzvah, and like, so it's like the adults and the kids. So the adults, like, they all have their alcohol, and they're all like nuts, and like no one really gives a shit, right? And then now like the kids are all in one corner, and obviously they can't have alcohol, but like on every little table for like the kids table, they have like an assortment of just like candy and sugared shit, right? So like by the end of the night, like all
Everyone's
these kids,
fried.
everyone is so fried, and they're just like screaming off the walls, and like I'm just looking at this, like playing my saxophone, and like it's just like this big mess. Like you've got like adults just like just really just drunk and just like terrible dancing, and then like the kids are all like, they're all like pulling each other's hairs out. I'm like, wow, this is exactly like a cartoon. But anyways, so it's nearing the end of the night, and like this one kid, he comes up to the dance floor. He's got his like a white shirt just like that, but it's unbuttoned, and like it's red, and I'm like, is that blood? You know? but and I don't know, and still to this day I don't know. But he runs up and he goes to the MC, snatches the microphone from the MC,
Hell yes.
dude, and just starts screaming nonsense, like just sounds. And I was like, what the fuck?
Was it a bloody nose?
I really
Because
don't
that
know.
would denote cocaine,
yeah.
which would denote
Yeah.
screaming incoherently.
What was the age of this individual?
Dude, this kid was definitely in his like single digits. I was like,
Oh, never mind. Not
Oh yeah, if the kid's got a bloody nose, it's cocaine for sure. He's like, he's 9.
He's 9.
Yeah, he's 9,
Probably not
Yeah.
good cocaine.
Dude, yeah. But anyways,
don't
so
know
that's
this
like,
family.
so to what you're saying, like, you miss out on like weird stories. Like
You know
that.
what though? Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay missing out on that one.
Probably mine.
Wow.
Were they
some
were they
story.
feeling? Did people like your saxophone playing?
Dude, just like you were saying, they don't really care.
Yeah,
They
nobody
just-
nobody
don't-
pays
they
it.
don't
You
care.
get zero feedback.
Well,
You didn't
what's
get it.
funny is like
Yeah.
90 people don't care, and then I'm the one creeper
Oh,
in the
yeah.
back, like, you hear this fucking
Yeah.
dude? The dude can play.
Right.
No, that's exactly.
what-
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
needed you there, Vinny.
Yeah. No, that's 100%.
For real.
But that's the thing though. Okay, you know, you get a lot of those great stories, and the hang is always great. You know, that's the thing. Is like the other musicians. I mean,
Do they feed and water you guys at these fucking things?
feed and water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water the
they do
musicians.
good-
Generally
Yeah,
speaking,
yeah.
yeah. No, I gotta say, like, I you know, of all the gigs I've ever played, I've never run into a situation where it was like offensively like the place is rude to the musicians.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
always
that'd be
I've always
fucking
yeah
weird.
I've always experienced like pretty great treatment from like restaurants and stuff like that.
Cool.
It's just it doesn't make it a better place to play because
Yeah.
number one, you can't play, like, you can't do what you want to do, especially if you're
Right.
playing with a group. I mean, we used to play with a trio all the time and drums and bass, and good God, you want to talk about getting an entire restaurant to hate you? Like, that's the fast way to do it. I mean, just literally bring a drummer.
Bring a drum
That's
set in
it.
a fucking restaurant.
That's all you got to do, and they
That's
hate
good.
you. And it's like they go out to dinner, and this is the thing that always kind of blew my mind. It's like, if you know there's music, either don't go to that place or understand that there's music.
100%.
And they say it. It's not like it's not like it's a surprise. It's like, oh, you get out to dinner. It's like, this place has live. This place
Agreed.
with a stage and a piano and a place for all these instruments has
Yeah.
live music on a Saturday night. Who would have thought that? And so
Yeah.
like you get to the gig and like. And everybody just wants you to shut up, and you're like, "Well,
Well, it's
what are
like
we doing?"
having it's like
Yeah.
you go to those bars that have the TouchTunes jukeboxes. Have you guys seen those? It's an app you log into.
Yeah.
You put money in, and you can skip people's songs and play your own playlist.
Wow.
And
You
so
wait, you can
people's
skip
songs?
people's songs.
Do you
Dude,
pay to
that's
skip them?
fucked.
Yeah, it's called a boost. And so the reason I'm
He's
smiling,
like, he's like, I know all about
the
it.
reason I'm
right.
fucking smiling is because TouchTunes will like light up on my phone because it'll connect to a local Wi-Fi, and I'll be in my car driving past the bar.
Oh wow.
And I'll see that it's like a country bar.
Yeah. Oh my
and I'll put on like hard techno.
As you're literally
I will
driving
pay
by.
for it. I'll pay $2 boost the song to the top, hit play, be late for the red light to make sure it connects, and I'm like, fuck yeah. And I'll drive away.
That's
my
what we
God.
need. That's what
Oh,
we need.
That is
that's
incredible.
genius.
TouchTunes is, I can't
amazing.
believe I've
Genius.
seen TouchTunes.
No,
Oh,
no.
fucking
No.
everywhere.
Well, you know
No,
what's
dude.
interesting is because like so maybe this is part of being in your late 20s, but Leanne and I joined a bowling league.
Oh,
and
hell
she's
yeah.
a killer.
She's great. Yeah, she's
She's
yeah.
posting 200 plus
Yeah.
scores.
No,
dude.
she's
now?
yeah. Well, because
Yes.
she was on the varsity bowling team,
Oh, okay.
you know, and
Which is a thing.
that is
promise.
that is a thing. That is a thing.
I looked it up.
kidding.
I googled
I
it.
love
Yeah.
you. man.
That's
I love you.
unbelievable.
No, she's legitimately really good, and it's just kind of funny because we got into this league because our neighbors play, and they were
The
like,
ones
yeah,
I've met?
I don't remember. Other side of the street from us.
No, I
So
haven't
no.
listened to.
And they were like, yeah, we need one more or something. And they had been talking about bowling because we found out that they bowl a lot. And so it was just part of the conversation. They were like, oh, you should join our league. And Liam was like, yeah, cool. And they were like, oh, yeah, we need one more. And she volunteered me.
Oh my God. Are you good?
Classic move.
No.
You're probably better. You're the guy that's like, oh, I can kind of ride a bike. Does one backflip that could have been a double.
I,
Yeah, that's what you
yeah,
did with
that's
skiing.
it.
okay,
to me, yeah.
let me put it this way. My best game I've ever thrown is a 211.
Exactly. So fuck off. Stop right
Last
there.
week I threw a 195, but here's the problem. I am so inconsistent. It's disgusting.
Well, what's your inconsistency? 175?
No. No, I'm talking like an average for me might be like a 140.
Okay. That's, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Okay,
I'll throw
all
a
right.
195 and then I'll
Yeah.
throw like a 97.
Oh, you're incredibly inconsistent.
yeah, really
Holy
inconsistent.
shit.
Yeah. So yeah, and so that's my story. But
good.
but no, and that was the first time I've ever seen this tune thing. Because
Okay.
there's like a
The
jukebox.
TouchTunes,
Yeah.
yes.
Because there's like a jukebox
That's
or
tremendous.
something, and I'm like, where is this thing? But then I see people just pulling out their phones and songs come up, and they're like, yeah, I put this one on, and I'm like, how the fuck did you do that?
So your team will do great on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but not on every other day of the week.
My team,
Your team, because of your inconsistency.
they will do good Correct. They will do good half of the time that I'm there.
I can show you which bars are around us and what songs
Yo,
are playing
what?
right now.
Wow.
So TJ
But you
is
have
playing
to- so-
Cake. Thirsty Bear is playing Black Sabbath. Greenfields.
Whoa.
I can tell you. BWW Lakewood is playing U2, and I can click on them, connect to them, and change the fucking song.
No.
right
You
now.
got to be on the same Wi-Fi though, right?
No, dude, I can connect.
You can
right
do
now.
it right now.
I'm doing it right now.
Dude, change the song
Look,
at some random
look.
bar.
I can play an Adventure Club hardcore.
Will it
fucking
stop it
techno
in the middle of the song, or will
right
it cue it
now.
up?
It'll be the next one, so I'll do a
The
power
next
play.
one.
So look,
Okay.
Fast Pass, play next. 5 credits. Boom. Done. Oh my god. That's playing next at that bar that we're not at. That's 2.1 miles away. And I'll keep.
Oh my
And I'm gonna keep.
we're
So look,
not
we're
at.
logged into TJ's bar right now.
What?
So look, because they're not going to not take your fucking money.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Well, who
So-
gets the money? The bar?
It's a shared profit.
Oh,
thing.
yeah. So it's like, yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, so Cake's playing right now. When Adventure Club pops up, I'll re-show you. But we just fast passed that fucking song for 5 TouchTunes coins.
Miles away.
Yeah,
In
2.1
someone's
miles.
jukebox at a random
So
bar
Adventure
across
Club's
town.
just gonna start bombing away, and somebody's like, "The fuck?"
Wow.
TouchTunes is incredible.
That's
dude.
amazing.
Oh, that's
You,
beautiful.
you knew about this, right?
No,
I've
yeah,
never
dude.
seen this. That's
we're
so
beautiful.
crazy.
That's
There-
like a superpower.
There's like
Yeah.
so many evil things I want to do.
Oh my
now.
God, you
Oh,
can
it's up! It's playing! It's playing! Look!
yes.
Yep, I told you.
No
Look, it's
way.
playing right now. Yep, Adventure Club's playing.
Holy
Oh
shit.
my god.
Yep.
That's
Hell yes.
amazing.
Dude,
Wow.
I wonder what like the clientele are. They're just like up in flames.
Wait.
Oh, dude, I've seen people lose their fucking minds by
Can
me
you,
doing that before.
like, you should put on, like, Lil Darlin', Count Basie or something.
Oh,
like,
bro,
just so
some
out of
jazz.
left field.
Yeah,
Bro,
just
I've
like,
seen like I've
slow.
gone to legit country bars like just to play pool with some buddies and like just jack the fast pass like 5 hardcore songs that I like, and guys are like, "What the fuck is this, Darlene? I'm not coming here for this shit," and like they fucking leave. And they're like, "Dude, we know you're paying for like the fast pass, but you can like not."
Wait, can they see who
No,
did a thing?
No, they cannot. So
Really?
like,
So they
that-
just
that's
get they
good.
just
that's
get
gonna
the
come
order.
on, and somebody's gonna complain and like, "What the fuck about for me?" Might be some asshole doing a podcast down the street. Like,
That's
yeah, there's
crazy,
nothing you
dude.
can do about it.
So wait, how is this not completely taken advantage of, like all over?
Right.
It
'Cause
is.
you
We
would
just
think-
took advantage of it. I mean, we're just,
That's true. That's true. But you would think
Well-
it would be chaos.
It would be rampant, you would
Yeah.
think. Yeah. Anywhere that there's
you
one
guys,
of those machines.
this is amazing. It really is playing right now.
That
at
is
TV's bar.
so
that's
wild.
Like you saw the Cake logo before,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah.
fuck, it's on camera. We all saw it.
That's
What
crazy,
should we play next?
dude. So wait, what is this? What type of place is this? Have you been there?
No,
No.
it's just some guy
It's
named
like some-
TJ.
Some guy named TJ started a bar.
What should we play next? Come on.
we
Let's
have-
see if they have it first of all.
We have something random,
we
something really
have
out
to
of left
find
field.
like a location and then really.
No, we have the location.
But we don't know what it's
No,
like.
we don't, but
we
we
don't
can
know
assu-
like what it's like really
Google
about.
TJ's. See, let's
we-
put Google
is-
TJ's
does-
and images up there.
Yeah, does it look like a country
Okay.
bar? What does it look like?
Probably not. There's not that many country bars here.
Yeah.
There's only, I think,
Like
there's only
we
a few.
have to hone in.
Vinny, have
on
you been to the Grizzly
opposite.
Rose?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I have.
Is that it?
Cool story.
It's
I don't hate it.
well, here's the interesting.
It's super
so
fucking
so
country.
so in Denver, there's
Yeah,
a,
there it is.
Yeah.
So
Photos.
it's a sports bar. Okay.
Photos.
Okay.
Oh, dude, we gotta
That's funny.
We gotta pick some very like extremely like weeby like.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Japanese
power
stuff.
ballad. Some
Wait,
dude-
wait.
Yeah.
See if Hiatus Coyote's on
dude,
there.
Oh, dude,
What's
dude,
your
Dude,
spell?
we
Hiatus
need some
Coyote?
really
Hiatus?
weeby shit right now, dude. Look at this place. All right,
All right,
Kinda
so
like the
so
Naruto theme song or
dude.
something like that.
Yes, dude. Put the Naruto theme song.
there you go. That's what it looks like.
Oh,
okay.
man.
So it's a
all
proper
of those
sports
people
bar.
are currently
Yeah.
listening to that song.
Yeah.
Right,
Right,
it's not how you
right.
spell coyote, but yes.
It's
there
yeah.
is.
It's like
So which
KI.
song do you want? And I'll fast pass that bitch
Oh,
right to
let's
the
do
front.
this. What do we got? What's a weird one? Well, I mean, By Fire
songs are
is
killing
out
now.
of
It's
is
not like-
and they're so good. But
So
like I
good.
feel
I
like
love how
the
you guys
sports
are
bar,
into it, super music nerds, and like everybody there is going to be
The
like,
bottom one, By
the
Fire.
fuck is this?
Do that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, ready? Watch this. Ready? So we see Adventure Club.
yeah,
play
yeah.
right
I
now.
see it. I see
Yeah.
it.
Fast pass, baby. Bango,
So
bongo.
it's gonna play next.
That's next.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's
this whole
beautiful.
bar is gonna be like, wow.
Oh, man.
What
oh
is
my!
this?
Look! Oh, dude, it just said you rock. Your song's next. Oh, this is so.
We
But
rock.
that's the
Look,
thing.
we're in the queue. We're in the queue,
Okay,
guys.
but this is the thing. This is what I'm. This is what's blowing my mind. The
Beautiful.
fact that people don't know about this and just sabotage every venue that has this thing.
Oh, the bigger this podcast gets, the bigger people go.
Oh
fuck
no,
with
we
TouchTunes,
just
baby.
ruined what's
No,
it
we
called?
didn't ruin anything. TouchTunes is like, please.
Yeah.
Please
more
waste
money.
your fucking money at bars you're not at over and over.
We just created, except all the bars are going to be like, okay, this is getting out of hand.
Well, you know what's funny is that if I was at a bar like that and some weird ass song started playing, right, I would just think that it's the fault of the bar. Like someone has, I didn't
that's
know
true.
I wouldn't know about this fancy karaoke machine thing.
I'll tell you, though,
and I would be
it's-
like, it's just their fault.
It's so pronounced in the wall. It's a giant thing with glowing lights. Play
Right.
your music here.
Okay.
You can't fucking miss it.
Well, but like this whole Wi-Fi connectivity thing to be able to control it from wherever you want, like,
We're not
I've
even
never
on
even
Wi-Fi.
heard
That
of
is
it.
That's crazy.
Just straight fucking shitty.
That's crazy.
Cell phone signal.
Yeah.
Still, like, yeah, but just being able to control it from your phone, like, I wouldn't know that.
Hey,
unless
before
I
we
look
get
up.
too deep into this thing, I think we need to. I think we
fine,
need
yeah,
to
I'll do
introduce Dylan because this is Dylan's.
By the way,
By the way, guy. 20 minutes in.
Yeah, right, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah. So Dylan's been in the background of some of the other podcasts, but this is his first time at the table,
Hello.
being pulled up to the big leagues.
Yes.
No, but Dylan he's one of our editors. He's been with us for a long time, and Dylan has some crazy background going on and stuff here because he's lived since now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think since college you have lived in Japan more than you have lived in the United States,
That is correct.
and it's 3 separate times you lived there.
Yeah.
Separate times.
do you speak Japanese? Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck. It's a hard language.
Yeah. Have you tried to learn it?
No.
Is this like, that's the reason that I haven't tried to learn it?
Right.
My buddy plays. A buddy through a buddy plays professional basketball there, and for years and years, he actually competed on their Olympic team. And
Dude.
he has he's lived there for like 10 years and still has a translator because it's like,
Dude, I wish I could have had a translator.
yeah, he's like, the
sounds
team
great.
pays for it. I'm not saying no. So yeah.
Yeah, but like you put in a lot of effort to learn the language, like pretty. I mean, you say you're not fluent, right?
I say that because I don't want people to get their hopes up.
But to anything that somebody who doesn't speak the language would watch him interact with somebody who does, and you're like, oh yeah, he's fully fluent, you know?
Yeah.
You know.
But, yeah, I mean,
But I understand there's probably things that, you know, like little intricacies and things that maybe you feel like you don't know fully.
Yeah. I can have a conversation with most people about most things.
Yeah.
Is what I like to say.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
But it goes one level deeper because when he lived here this past time, he met his wife.
Yeah.
I did.
And
She's
that's
from
a-
Australia and doesn't speak Japanese. I'm just kidding.
Well, she's
Well, you're not too far off.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
You're not Japanese.
Oh yeah, I was right.
So I'm gonna let Dylan tell his story because it is completely fucked. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's
not
in
the
it.
story of how I met my wife.
Well,
that's
we
right.
can
you gotta
start there.
fucking tell
We can
that.
start there.
Start
Let's
there,
start
yeah.
there because it is interesting because when we first before we knew who it was, and you know we'd seen like kind of sort of met. We haven't met her in person yet, but
Where is she from?
England.
Oh, that's right. Duh. We've had this conversation when I was drunk at your fucking show. See, a lot of bad decisions happened at that show we went to.
see, this is why I don't take gigs. No,
Yeah.
yeah, but you're
Yeah.
in a situation at the moment, and it's kind of frustrating.
A little bit.
So give us the
Just a
background on that,
touch.
just a bit.
Well, yeah, okay. So, quick background. Met the wifey a couple, 2 to 3 years ago now. Not that long ago now, right? In Japan, this last time that I went. And we actually met online, like most people do these days. But not on Match.com. We just met through, like, a Facebook dinner group that was just, like, meeting up to have drinks online. Because it was the start of COVID.
That's it. I didn't know that.
And, yeah. And everybody was just doing online dinner things. So we did that. And then hung out, like, a week later. And everything's great now. But, yeah, now we're married. And she is currently in London because basically we started all the paperwork. We got married in Japan legally, and then but not in America, of course. But once you're married there, you can start the paperwork to get your foreign wife to America. So you start the paperwork in Japan, you do all the coordination with the embassy and all this fancy stuff, and once you basically show intent to come into the country, you can't just come visit. So however long the visa process takes for this all to happen, and we didn't really know how long it would be once we started, she just can't come into the country. So, which there's another kind of thought in my head about that was interesting. Recently, we actually, this is a tangent, but we actually met up for 2 weeks in the Dominican Republic because she can't come.
Remember that?
And yeah, right, we were talking about that at the bar.
Sex trip.
Yes.
Just call it out. Just
I
call
mean,
it out for what it is.
You just gotta say it for what it is, man.
Yeah, just call it out. Don't hide.
Not beating around the bush.
It'd be weird if it was.
Yeah,
that's true.
Don't hide.
Like
it.
we met up for 2 weeks for the first time in 3 months, and we didn't touch each other.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Yeah, no. But no, she. Yes, we
Nothing
met up for a
happened
couple
here,
weeks.
kids.
And then on her way back to London, she had a layover in New York. So I just found it funny because she could have just walked out of the airport.
She
Like,
could have.
She could have just left.
Yeah.
I mean, she would never be able to do anything legally again in her entire life, but she could have stayed
Could have
here.
spiced things up.
Yeah.
And then just run from the authorities for the rest of your guys'
That's
lives.
it. That's all you have to do.
Sounds like fun.
Just a loop, you know, constant
So
looping.
she had to go back from New York after the layover.
Yes.
New York to where?
Straight back to London.
So she flew
London.
from the
Okay.
Yeah,
she
'cause
flew
that
from
was
the
on way back
Dominican,
yeah.
from the Dominican to New York to London.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's because when you're in the international gates, it's considered as
Yeah,
separate.
as long as you don't like
the
leave the
customs
inter-
shit,
yeah,
yep.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
just to transfer flights, you didn't have to go through customs, right? So she was still on the.
You still had
No, you still do.
Well, yeah.
You have to go through
Yep, yeah,
customs.
unless they have a border at their country, like the Bahamas does. Like the Bahamas has a U.S. customs border in the Bahamas.
Oh, I
It's
see.
fucking bizarre.
Huh.
It's
Oh yeah,
weird as shit.
That's right. That's
That
right.
is
yeah.
weird.
Yeah, but that's because so many New Yorkers like to go there. They're like, let's just do it here, huh?
Yeah,
But but no, she went to customs in New York, got off the
gotcha.
plane.
Yeah. Because I remember she said that the guy, like, kind of questioned her a little bit back and forth just because, you know, because of that. And because, yeah.
What?
By
Because
the
she
way,
looks
can't wait to
intimidating.
meet your wife, because
Yeah.
we've talked about her so fucking much. When she finally comes, we gotta have like a big fucking party.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
We're gonna
Yeah,
have
we
a
have
massive
to have a big
throwdown.
party.
Yeah, we're gonna
110%.
Yeah, he can play
because
He plays Sparky.
Whoa! All right.
volunteered.
Yeah,
volunteered.
Jesus
But
Christ.
you have to bring your light stick.
Oh,
Better
yeah,
bring
yeah,
your
yeah.
light stick,
No, you like
boy.
strip.
Right, the
Yeah,
light strip.
Yeah.
Don't forget your light
Vinny's
strip.
gonna
Yeah,
Vinny's
okay.
gonna reenact his Tulum video, and you're gonna have your light
I'll do
stick.
thought shit if you bring your light strip.
That's it.
And-
That's
and
what we're
he's,
doing.
uh,
But how long has this been going on? Because
Well-
this is the frustrating part.
Oh, it's absurd.
Well, I'll be the coked up 9-year-old boy.
yes,
Yeah, right.
with blood on his shirt.
Yeah.
That was tremendous.
Yeah.
That was really good.
So how long has it been?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was your actual question?
I'm sorry. That was
Well,
really
I'm I want to point out how frustrating this is because it's been an insanely long time, and you guys have no idea
No, it's absurd.
when this is going to be
it's
resolved.
weird. So, yeah. How friggin' long has it been now? Well, basically, we put the paperwork in last April.
So over a year now.
Over a year that the paperwork originally went in. But after that, that first initial paperwork that you put in, like it goes to the USCIS, and then they have to process all the paperwork. And then after the USCIS is like, okay, cool, which only happened like 2 months ago now. Then they send it to the NVC, which is the National Visa Center, and they have to process everything. And then once they say it's cool, which we're still waiting on, which might happen in the next month, we're not really sure. Then you still have to plan an interview at the consulate or the embassy or whatever it is. I don't know. Still don't know the difference, and I've been doing this for a year in London. So she has to go for an interview there, and then if everything's cool, then you can actually come over. But we still don't know how long it's going to be until that interview can be planned. It might be several months.
And we wonder why people just walk across a river and jump a fence.
I mean, it's like, I was gonna say. Well, the thing I was gonna mention too is like, so you guys said you submitted the paperwork a little over a year ago, and I know there's some people probably that may listen to this at some point that go,
yeah, exactly. There's always going to be that one. Yeah.
You think that's a long time?
Yeah,
you
there's
know,
always going to be the
Oh
rat.
yeah, of course. Yeah, well, because
That's the thing.
That's the reality. Is
Well, it
like
also
it's
depends on which country you're coming from.
and you do
yeah.
have a shortcut because you guys are married. But here's what's interesting, and this is the funny part, right? If she had just
Yeah.
come here as a tourist and you got married here,
Dunzo, right
like
there.
that's it.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
Then you
right.
still got to go through a process.
I told
but
you, I
then
have a
she's
couple
here.
buddies that
I
got
know.
married to some
Dude.
smoke shows from South America, and a
Mail
month
order.
later they're like, "Adios, motherfucker," and I was like, "Whoa, yeah."
Thank you for that green card.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Now, are we 100% positive that's not what she's doing to you?
Well,
You dickhead. No,
I
she
mean,
met
like-
with him on the island for the bang sesh. You
That's
forget-
true. She's just sealing the deal at that point.
Yeah.
The
She's
long
like, well, I gotta
con.
make sure that he's gonna stick with me through this process.
The long con. That's beautiful.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
I hope she doesn't watch this. Just-
She will.
She's gonna watch
100%.
this,
Yeah,
actually.
Sorry, Karen.
Yeah.
yeah, right. Exactly.
I know you said you weren't sure if your wife supports you enough to watch the podcast. Mine definitely will.
Right,
Low-key
right.
fun.
Oh
That's
man.
so good. Dude.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
How's Mandy?
She's good. Back's
good.
getting better.
Okay. So a couple was it a couple weeks ago now?
Herniated the disc,
Wow, that
and
sucks.
she's in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
But you never tell with her, dude.
Yeah.
Like she had 3
But she's
kids.
so positive all the time.
Well, yeah, she had 3 kids without even an IV.
That's crazy.
Which, by the way, I'm not trying to say women that have C-sections are any less of a mother. Obviously, come on, fuck.
Of course not. Yeah.
I would never say that.
All of it is insane.
No, but 3 natural births where they were like, "We just gonna stick you in for the hydration," and she's like, "No, I'm good." And then like blissfully pirouettes into the corner and produces Rocco for us. You know what I mean? Like that's my wife.
Yeah.
And so no, she says she's in pain. She's in pain.
Yeah.
But hopefully she'll be good. I want to get her in one of these seats and just see what happens.
That'd be
one
fun.
day.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
fun.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of
That would
fun.
be beautiful.
Yeah. Because so you guys make up the real estate, the golden duo.
Trying to.
Because Vinny sells the houses and Mandy sells the mortgages.
Yep. And it's a lot.
If you're looking for business,
Yeah,
or
if
if you
you're-
need a house or a mortgage,
And dude, I when I was with my original company, the family company, I worked for my mom.
Yeah.
And I was banging my lender. And it was a lot. It was like there was no such thing as just like family time. It was
Oh my
I'm always
God.
on.
it's like a family business. That's amazing. Oh, I love that. Hey, by the way, we have so by the time this actually goes out, we can we're officially branded now.
that's right.
When this goes out and people actually get to see it, we're going to be able to launch some interactive segments. We're going to be able to get some questions from the audience, and one of the things
Dude, that'd be so good.
that we're going to do is we're going to have a Dear Vinny segment.
Oh, that's great.
We're going to have a Dear
Wow.
Vinny segment because we think that our resident 350-pound monster
Yeah, that'd
should
be
be
great.
answering some questions about
Oh, I
relationship
hope
advice.
it's like shit I know nothing about,
Yes,
but I will make up some good
100%.
shit.
This is what
Right.
we're hoping for.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, be sure to hit us
Life
up on any
advice.
of our social channels at The Odd Time Show on every platform, and tell us. Give Vinny your deepest questions that you need answered.
It's so
and
good.
this will be the start of our new Dear Vinny
Hell yes.
segment.
This is like
Will you bring your saxophone while I answer those?
I will.
Let's
I
figure that
will.
out. We
Yes,
should
I
figure out how to
will.
do that.
I will do that.
That
We'll
would
do
be
a
fucking
soft
tremendous.
yeah.
saxophone background and
Right.
Dear Vinny giving life advice.
And don't forget the light
I love
strip.
it.
Yes,
I
right.
love it.
Forget the
If you
yeah,
bring the
yeah,
light
yeah.
strip,
stick.
we're in.
Hey, what
Exactly.
even is that thing? Like, what is he even talking about?
So yeah, so what you got to do is that like you know how like you get like it's like this. It's like in our you know how like you have
Huh?
Can I do the Vinny P break?
Oh yeah, Vinny needs like 4
tell
people
us
for the
right.
podcast.
Okay, okay.
All right, let's find
You
out
grab
about
your
this
White
light
Claw?
thing.
Okay. So the
Yeah, I know. We just added a layer. We added a layer of complication to our camera setup because now we have these giant arms that mount on the wall so that they can be out of the way most of the time. And Vinny now has to climb over them to get out. So that's pretty great.
but the light strip. It's like you know how like. It's just any old light strip that you use in your room to decorate it or whatever. But instead of just putting it on your wall, you just like you attach it to the bell of the saxophone down the bottom of the curve and up.
Oh,
up
so
the
it like
thing.
contours the horn.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
Oh, like that.
just that, yeah.
Oh, that's really dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
Dude,
so
it's
stupid.
so dumb. It's so dumb.
Can you put like sound things on it so that it reacts to the music? There's got to be like a sound
there's
sensor.
something
Yeah,
like that you
100%.
can do.
Probably,
For sure.
but I'm not savvy enough to do that. It's
But the
just
fact
like,
that he was like, "Did you bring your light stick?"
yeah, light strip,
Strip.
Light strip.
yeah.
I still can't believe this
The
guy just thought
assumption.
that he knew you.
Yeah.
He was
Dude,
just
I
like-
have no
he's
idea
like,
who
I've
Maybe
met
did he think you
before.
were someone else?
We went to
No.
school together, and I've seen you play before with your light strip on your
Yeah,
saxophone.
right.
No.
Right, no.
Dude, maybe he was thinking of somebody else.
No,
Which is how's that possible? Because I've never seen another
whose
Amrom
name
in my
is
life.
Amrom?
I know.
Yeah,
That's like impossible.
There's only one.
Yeah.
There's only one.
There's only one.
There's only one. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
there's
like,
only one.
okay, so did he mean high school?
Nope. He meant college.
He meant college?
So
Crazy,
you,
man.
Yeah.
And you've
yeah.
never seen this dude before.
Yeah, I never met him.
And he didn't act like he knew you.
Oh.
Or he didn't appear to recognize you.
Yeah, I have no
And he
idea.
assumed you had a
It
light
was,
strip.
it was just like all business, and I was like, okay, cool, yeah, whatever. Just what?
Did it
corner
at least
and
pay
all-
okay?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
fine. Yeah, like normal
Cool.
wedding.
Wait, so
rates.
question about the name Amram. I'm
Yeah.
interested now. So
Yeah.
is that like exclusively like a Cambodian name?
Oh right, so no, so it's not even a Cambodian name. So what it is, it's an amalgamation of like my mom and dad's name. So like my mom and dad's name, their names have meaning in Sanskrit, right? And so like it's me and my sister. And so what they did, they decided to, since my sister was born first. My dad's name is Sakam. My mother's name is Amret. So my sister's name is Sakamret. Since I was born second, they put my mom's then dad's. So Amret, Sakam, Amrom.
Whoa.
I know, right? Yeah, pretty wild.
That is insane.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Really?
No,
I thought
I didn't.
told you.
No, I
fascinating.
never knew that.
No.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
okay. You got to tell Vinny this because this is
Okay,
this
yeah,
is
for
really
real.
really interesting, and I think it would be a good help for the listeners to go over that one more time.
Yeah, right.
Is that-
Thank you.
Well, we asked
So-
Amram where his name comes from,
Right.
and we didn't know if it was like Cambodian.
Yeah.
Enron,
No, not the company. Not
a
yeah,
Texas
yeah.
company.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but so the story is that my parents had a funny way of naming me and my sister. And my sister's older than me, and they decided to put their names together to get our names. So my dad's name is Sakam, my mother's name is Amret, so my sister's name is Sakamret. And so since I was born second, they put mom's first. So Amret, Sakam, Amrom.
That's awesome.
Isn't that insane?
fantastic.
I've never heard of that before in my life.
It's so wild, and so like later in life, I asked my mom. So I'm like, yeah, like I have cousins who all have like Cambodian names or just normal, just like American names. I'm like, yeah. So like, what was your decision process? Like, why wasn't I like this or that? And like, why did you choose to put this thing? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like,
we just slammed our
yeah.
names together.
I was like, okay.
We're like, that works.
My parents are Al and Joan. I'd be alone.
right. This is how that works. This is how that works.
Oh my god. So,
I was
okay,
just
wait a
thinking
second.
about
Wait a
that
second.
too. I think it would be Jimbra.
That's
be
pretty
too
good.
Well, wait.
Yeah,
what,
Better
are,
than
what, are,
alone.
what are your folks' names?
Well, Jim or James and Deborah.
Oh, so James and Deborah, and then are you born first or second?
James and Deborah wouldn't work as well.
Jamra?
Oh, Jambra? Wait.
Jambra?
Well, no.
Jambra.
You're born
I was
first?
born second.
Oh, so it has to be your mom's first.
Okay, so
So
it'd be
Deb.
Not everyone does the same things that you did, Amram.
Yeah, we
Well,
were our
if
own
you
way,
wanna-
man.
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so wait a second. All right, so
Yeah, you'd be-
And you're
Jeff
third.
and Lisa. So Jisa
Gisa or
Jessa.
or Lef. Lef.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Lefry.
This is my friend Lef.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, that works with
Okay.
interesting names. But it doesn't maybe work
Right,
as well
right.
with more
I like
American.
Amram
So wait,
better
what's
than
an
Thank
example?
you, yeah.
What? Yeah. Well, that's what's funny is that I never even thought about it because I'm like that doesn't seem crazy to me. Like it seems like a name that could.
It's
come
funny
from-
because I had this thought, like, especially when I was growing up, and like especially when I discovered like people had similar names. Like I remember in first grade, we had a mic and we had another mic, and to me, like that was like so crazy because I'm like, wow,
more than one person because you've never met somebody with your
No,
name.
I've never met. I'm
But
like,
wait, did we just confirm that there truly is no other person with your name?
I haven't found a person with my name.
That because think about it, why would
Yeah.
there be? It's not like a
No.
name
Yeah.
that people name
No.
their kid.
No.
it's
No.
a common. That's good.
Right.
You are the only Amram in the world
that I know of.
That's
Most
that I
crazy,
know of.
dude.
Most
Yeah.
likely.
No,
Yeah,
but
that's
dude,
wild.
no one
Yeah.
can say that.
I mean,
No one can say that they have the only version of their
you
name
must
in the
never
world.
have any issues getting in like email, names.
Well,
login
well,
names.
There's
I
a
know
story
this.
on that.
I know
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
Well,
what?
so like, in terms of emails, so, dude, I fucking hate this. But okay, so like, all right, so I'll say dear whoever to an email, write the body of the paragraph, and then I'll sign my name, AMROM, and then whatever, and then they'll write back to me and they'll say like dear AMRON. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like, you read
I
it.
spelt it out, AMROM. But so like, it just feels like so insulting. I'm like, are you like dumb? Like what's
Like,
what's
you
going
could've
on?
just copy pasted
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
But I've watched this happen in real life. Like I've watched people do, and it's crazy. Like he says Amram, and they go Amron, and like I don't know what it is about
Right.
the N,
Right.
But like you know what's funny? The one place where I distinctly remember watching this happen, Chick Corea. When we met Chick Corea in his green room at the Blue Note in New York City,
Yeah.
which when we were freshmen in college, This is crazy.
That's
this
a great
This is a
story,
crazy
too.
story,
That's a
actually.
whole other story.
So when we were freshmen in college, Chick Corea, rest in peace, was doing. And if you don't know, Chick Corea is like one of the most legendary jazz pianists ever. He was doing a month at the Blue Note for his 70th birthday. This was back in 2011, and we got tickets to go see the 5-piece band. It was Chick Corea with Brian Blade, and Brian Blade, who is probably one of my favorite drummers alive today.
So good, so tasteful.
And the rest of the band was also amazing. But we went to this gig, and we lost our minds. We were having so much fun. We were just at a table, like, and the Blue Note is like it's not a big concert venue. It's a club. And so we're at a table and we're just like losing our shit, just like yelling and screaming. Like we're like, oh my God, because all this, it was so nuts. We've never seen anything like it. And I still maintain that was one of the most significant live performances I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. In terms of like things that had an impact on me. And what was funny was we were sitting next to the VIP section, and at the end of the performance, this lady leans over and she was like, are you guys drummers? And we're like, no, but we're all jazz students in college and stuff like that. Like, oh, well, I'm Kenny Garrett's wife, who was up on stage, one of the legendary alto players. And then she was like, yeah, and this is Brian Blade's wife, and that over there, that's Chick Corea's wife, Gail. And Gail had been watching us apparently and like enjoying it, because we were like young kids and we were just we were 18 and we were just losing our minds. Yeah. And it must have been fun for people to be like, that's cool, young people enjoying this music, because like it doesn't happen enough. Yeah. And so for sure. Gail, Chick Corea's wife, came over and introduced herself and chatted with us. It's such a sweet lady, just so sweet. Yeah. Oh my God, she was so sweet. And she was like, oh, you have to meet Chick. And we were just like what? Yeah, we were like, okay. So we went upstairs in the Blue Note, which is where the green rooms are, and we got to meet Chick, and we had a nice conversation. He was also a super sweet guy, really, really friendly, nice guy. And we got done with that. We went to leave, and Gail was like, okay, so you should really see the next band coming in later this week. And and also this other group. Have you ever seen this group? And we're like, no. And she's like, okay, well, you should see this one too.
This was amazing.
And we saw a performance of every group that Chick brought to the Blue Note that month, like on the VIP list, like everything. That's awesome. She hooked it up and had us see
comp tickets,
at least one performance of every group the rest of that month. Yeah. So we got to see, I don't think you were at this one, but I saw Chick Corea and Herbie Hancock.
Oh my God, my dad's favorite.
Duo piano.
That's my dad's absolute favorite.
Herbie Hancock is your dad's favorite? No shit, really?
My dad's jazz.
Does your dad know what I do?
Yes. Oh, wow. I told you this. Said my dad wants to have you over to his fucking house.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
I'll bring the saxophone in the light strip.
There you go.
we'll play together.
There's a guy,
Robert Glasper.
Yeah, Robert Glasper is my dad's absolute favorite. He's going to see him row one at Red Rocks first week of September. Or something
really?
Like
wow. I want to meet your dad.
My dad spent like $1,000 on those tickets. Yeah. Wow.
Robert Glasper tickets are that much?
Yeah. Well, for row one at Red Rocks.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then.
Oh, we saw some crazy bands. It was wild.
And then Chick said AMR.
Oh yeah. So when you introduced yourself and you said Amrom, and he said Amron. Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Roundabout way to say, your name is really hard for some people to grasp.
It is because of Enron. I promise you.
Well, you see,
it could be. That could be it.
So because I've noticed that about my name, I formulated two hypotheses, which is that right, the company, or that like the name Ron and Ronald.
Well, yeah,
so that they're just like, oh yeah, it must be that, because no one is called Rom.
Yeah, no one's name is Rom.
You know, so like it's either like Enron or like Ron or Ronald.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. No, and
but you should continue getting mad about it the rest of
it. Yeah.
Always act when somebody makes that mistake. Always act like it's the biggest inconvenience of your life.
Right.
Just be like, are you serious?
Oh, wait.
Are you kidding me?
Wait.
I sent it in an email. Yeah. I wrote it out.
Just do the under your breath, Will Ferrell. Fuck you.
Wait. See, now this is funny because my name is interesting.
Pan.
Wait. So like, okay.
That's what it is.
It's what it is. That's the same thing.
So this, like, I told you guys this, but like for the viewers who don't know my story, but this easily rolls into the Bob story. You guys remember that?
Oh yeah.
Have you told me the Bob story?
Sorry, yeah.
Oh,
so
you did.
here's the Bob story, right? So okay, it's so fucking stupid. This show's just gonna be about me and my name. So okay. So anyways, my fucking god.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I
Nobody laugh.
yeah, so all right, so I'm in college, and like I'm in college, all colleges nowadays across America, they got like Starbucks, right? And so like this was my like first time I ever got like a Starbucks drink, and they're like, oh, can I take your name, please? And so like the first couple of times I'm like, oh, Amrom, and they're like spell it out, and they're like, okay, blah blah blah, and then they'll fuck it up anyways, right? And so like so after like maybe like the okay. Wait, that was just,
makes sense.
Yeah. But then your reaction, like 10 milliseconds later, was really funny. Like, yeah, right. But okay. So anyways, after maybe like the 6th time, when they fuck it up, I'm like, man, this is getting a real drag. I got to figure out like a new way to get this going. The name is not like really pertinent, like on like a document where you gotta sign your taxes. So I'm like, I could just make any name up, So I was like, oh, so I was thinking like, oh well, I'm trying to mull around like some names. I'm like, on the next Starbucks run or whatever, I'm gonna like make a simpler name so that like this weird interaction of me spelling it out and all that, it doesn't have to occur, right? So I find myself with my friend Alec, bass player, shout out. We're in New York City, and I'm like, oh, Alec, I'm kind of hungry. I'm like, let's get some Chick-fil-A right there in like Midtown. So we go, and Alec orders his food, and then they ask for his name, and then I order my food, and then they ask for my name, to which in that very instant it triggered this thing in my head where I'm like, oh, this is the opportunity.
It's your time to shine.
Yeah,
This
where
is
I
the
can,
new name, the new
right,
me.
the new name. So I'm like, this is where I can just like try it out and just put a new name.
See if they believe you.
Right. So because I'm having this thought process, it takes milliseconds to think this out, but like milliseconds upon milliseconds adds up like for a long time. So then like my mind was like being aware, is like, oh wait, some time is passing. I better hurry up with creating this name. So I was like,
And
okay,
recounting this event.
All I knew was that I needed to make this name simple. So I'm like, I need a simple name. What's the simplest name? So I said, Bob. And then because I was under the habit of always spelling my name, I said Bob, B-O-B.
That's pretty good.
Oh my god! To which the cashier and Alec just straight up laughed at me, not with me.
The cashier
They
laughed
just-
at you
yes,
too?
Yes, dude, it was so fucked up. And I was like, all right, well, fuck this, because like obviously I do not look like a Bob. Why did I fucking spell it out?
No, he knew you were lying.
Yeah, exactly.
He knew you were fucking lying.
Bob B.O.B.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
right.
Oh my god,
Dude.
Wow,
That's good.
So now you have to say that anytime your name is asked for something. Anytime somebody needs your name, you're required to say Bob B.O.B.
Bob B.O.B.
Yeah.
Yep.
You'd be like, but then you got to say Bob B.O.B. but backwards B.O.B.
Yeah, right. Like really get it clear.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
God.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah. That's
Amazing. We got a couple segments. We haven't done any segments yet. Well, first things first, I think Jake had something to share.
Yes.
That was very important. It's we're announcing some new works, some new projects here, and this is
Is it OnlyFans?
well, no, not quite. Okay.
Oh
this is,
my god. That's fucking tremendous.
oh my god. Yeah. So what we are looking at is presumably some type of what type of music would this be?
That's Machine Gun
Definitely
Kelly,
rap.
dude.
Oh, that's true. How many years ago did you make this?
3 or 4.
3 or 4 years ago. Okay,
Microsoft.
so
White boy alt rap, dude.
it's Young Pop Chart, Blueberry Filled, Volume 8.
produced by Bill Butt.
Yeah,
That's my favorite
I can't even
part.
explain this. He took my my most extra Instagram photo I've ever taken in my life before I had an Instagram following, and he made it somehow even more so, and used Microsoft Paint to put tattoos all over me. Yum, that's great.
How much is
That's
that?
so good.
But you know what, though? Here's the thing. While it's exciting that Blueberry Filled Volume 8 is coming out, we can probably even top that. with a debut performance.
Little Advil.
So this is a
That's
photo
good.
of Dylan. This is in Japan, or no? Where is this?
No,
That's
Cambodia.
it's definitely not Japan.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is Thailand.
Oh, Thailand. Okay.
Yeah.
Lil Advil.
Little
Sauce.
His
Saucin'.
he has a
Kombucha.
Look at
Yeah,
kombucha.
Yeah,
He's got a tattoo on his forehead that says pain, but it's crossed out because the Advil.
right. Dude, I love the purple highlights and the
Yeah.
lip ring. The lip ring really sends it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Got ibuprofen down on the neck there.
yes.
This was also produced by Bill Butt,
Produced by Bill Butt.
which is also Jake's
featuring young Pop Tart.
name,
I'm
by
on
the
it. I'm on it. Lil
Yeah.
Cardboard. Bumblebee. John Mayer.
John Mayer.
Artichoke Jones and Post Malone. Yes.
Yep.
Coming at you soon, evidently. Well, that was just some handiwork from Jake that we felt we
Actually,
had to share.
I'm the one that made Post Malone big, just so you guys
That's
know.
true. Lil Advil
like
came
it.
first. Not
Yeah.
a lot of people know that.
Right.
Yeah.
We have Jake's thoughts of the day as well. While we're on the
Yeah, can
topic
we
of
please?
sharing some of Jake's stuff. So are the two oh no, there's 4. All right.
Oh.
So let's do this.
Wonderful.
Let's everybody just take a thought. Take a thought. Okay. Don't look at it first. Who wants to start? Why don't you start?
What are the rules again?
These are just Jake's
It's the thought of the
ponderings.
Okay.
These are some things
As opposed to the thought of the day.
that happens
like
in his
Plato
mind.
or
It's supposed to Vinny,
Socrates.
the thought of the day.
The thought of the day. This is the thought of every day.
All right, what do we got?
All right. Remember when you were a kid getting picked up by your friend's parents, and as you were walking out the door, your mom would say, "Make sure they drive safe." Did anyone ever actually get into the car and go, "Hey, Mr. Smith, drive safely, please"? And what would he say? "Oh, okay. I was going to drive like a maniac, but I'll grant your safety request." Or, I suppose he could have said, "Wow, I didn't realize you and your mom were total squares," and floored it.
No, I would have said, "Fuck you, dude."
When all the kids climb into your X6,
Yeah,
and you're just like, "You guys want to see what this
I'm
thing can
scared
do?"
of going fast, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm
right,
sorry."
Be like, "Hey, you want to see where this thing shuts down?" I'll tell you, it's 162.
162. It'll kind of slow us down.
It'll kind of slow down a little bit. Yeah, it won't go any faster at that point. Hey, is there a way to like? Is that just like the American spec?
So there's a
Can you flash
rumor that you can have the dealership do a performance spec and get it to the true 200. But-
which, by the way, in a 6,000-pound SUV is
Does not sound safe.
fucking insanity.
But-
That's crazy.
The car wow dude, Matt Watson, borrowed somebody's M8, I believe it was. It's also limited at 160, 162.
Yeah.
He got it on his airstrip thing, and it did not go past 162. And the owner of it was like, "You fucking kidding me?"
So he paid money for this
He
thing,
paid
and they didn't do
$2,500
anything.
bucks to do the performance mods.
Wow.
It did not go past it. So I still think it's a myth. I think people are just taking money from people, knowing damn
They're
well
never gonna
they're
get
never
into
gonna
a
hit
position
that.
where they
And
could
then
try
guys
it.
like me and you find that one stretch in Mexico, and we're like, "Rah!"
Yeah, we did that. So this
In
one
Mexico.
night in Mexico, we left Vinny's house in Mexico, and and this was funny because being from the Northeast, we are super crazy paranoid about cops because the predatory policing thing is insane in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Like New York is the worst. I mean, you drive up and down the interstate, and every single turnaround, there's a fucking cop sitting there just running radar, or you know, and so. Here in Colorado, it's not as much of a thing, which was a crazy change.
No, it's rare
to me.
here.
It's really rare. I think I can count on one hand the number of times I've seen somebody pulled over for speeding. Like sometimes you'll see people pulled over on the highway and you're like, "Oh, somebody got them," and then you drive by and it's like, "Oh no, their car's disabled somehow," you know, and it's just
Yeah.
like the cop pulled up or
Usually in
whatever
Iraq, yeah.
or something. And so we get on the highway in Mexico, in Colorado, Mexico, and Vinny goes, go, floor it. And I'm like, "Whoa, hold on, you gotta understand where I'm from because I have to do fucking laps. I have to go back and forth looking to see.
Oh, he did recon for 20 minutes.
Literally went down the highway and
Yeah.
making sure because it was dead. It was late at night and there's nobody around. But like
man.
I'm just you know what, in New York I would drive past the one little nook and cranny on the shoulder and there'd be a cop sitting in it. because that's how it
Yeah.
always is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's-
so
that
we
is.
had to go up, and then finally, we found a spot, turned around, and came back down, and shut the car off at 162 miles an hour. And in a 6,000-pound SUV, it was a little bit scary. It was
heavy.
a little
Yeah.
crazy.
It's heavy.
And the craziest thing about it is you back off from 162 and you kind of get back to a point where you're like, oh, this feels okay. Wow, that was a rush. Woo, woo.
Yeah.
Now back down to normal, and you look down and you're still doing 120
Yes.
because after that, 120 feels like nothing.
Yeah, that car feels normal to about 120, 125.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Everything else, you're like, this is a big
And I
fucking
will
car.
say, at 160, it felt really stable. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
for an SUV, it's impressive.
It's definitely a
it
race
is
car with big
impressive.
bones.
Oh God, it's
Yeah.
incredible. And so like it just but that it was a little scary. You get that you get that dead focus thing, and he's in the passenger seat, his neighbor's in the back seat, and they're like, yeah.
I
And I'm just
forgot
like,
Nick was with us.
yeah, right. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Anyways,
Map.
yeah. What do you got?
The influence of corporate lobbying behind many scientific studies is getting clearer and clearer. The other day I saw a commercial that said 9 out of 10 dentists recommend Dr. Pepper over Coca-Cola. I believe that. That's very good. You're
Oh
up,
my
Amron.
God. Can you imagine
future.
being presented with that thing? Like if somebody walks in your dentist office, be like, hey, hey, which is worse?
Oh God,
You're forced to say something, and they're like, thank you.
that'd be so
They
nuts.
write it down and run out.
Nuts.
What do you got?
All right, I got here's a phrase you never hear. Here's a phrase you never hear. Please don't suck my dick.
Yo, wait. There was a. So, do you guys know about The Whitest Kid You Know?
Yes,
Yeah,
because you showed me.
I remember this show.
Yeah. So, rest in peace, Trevor Moore. Oh man, what a tragedy! That he was legitimately one of the funniest people
What happened?
on the planet. He died.
Of?
An accident. I think. What did they? It sounded like he may have fallen from a balcony or something. It's really freak accident.
Fuck.
Really unfortunate.
Wow.
I mean, a genuinely hugely talented comedian. Really, really funny guy. But this comedy troupe, Whitest Kid You Know, probably about 10 years ago, they were in the full swing of doing a bunch of stuff, and it was just some of the most brilliant stuff. But this was one of the sketches. It was sort of similar in concept, but it was like, Sam just learned reverse psychology, and they're like, so, and he's like, so he's annoying now, and he comes in, he's like, guys, nobody suck my dick. he's like, I would hate it so much if you held me down and sucked my dick. and I think the punchline was something like he walks out of the room and the two of them are just like, oh my God, it's so annoying. And the
That's
other guy's like,
pretty good.
guys, we should totally suck his dick. Oh man,
That's great.
that's amazing.
Oh God.
Okay, Jake's thought of the day, number 4. Man, my brother-in-law's a real idiot.
Stops right there.
That's it. The first time he came to my dad's house for Christmas, he looks at the countertops in the kitchen and he goes, nice countertops. Are these marble? My dad, incredulous, goes, no, they're granite. He made the same mistake after dinner. My mom brings out a cake and he asks, oh, nice. Is that a marble cake? And my mom, offended, goes, no, it's granite. What an idiot. That is the dumbest shit I think I've ever read. Oh, that's amazing. That's
good.
incredible.
Job, Jake.
I cannot wait until we start getting some user input for Vinny. This Dear Vinny thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
excited.
God. It's going to be so
Yeah.
good. It's going to be so good. You have to like, well, I don't know. Maybe you can put on your thought dance and then answer some Dear Vinny questions or something.
It'll be good.
That'd be the way to do it. Speaking of Dear Vinny, we do have some nightmare client stories.
Yeah.
We have a couple, or I think we have at least one. Oh, let's see. Let's see what we got here. And the point of this segment is for Vinny to basically be like, oh, no, I can top that.
Yes, please. I'm
Yep.
sure I can.
Let's see. Not an agent, but a lender. So this one's maybe for Mandy. Used to have a lady that would apply over and over and over again on an almost monthly basis, even though there was no possible way she'd ever get approved. She'd somehow get offers accepted on $500,000 homes and then apply for a mortgage with us. She made $24,000 a year. Her mortgage payments would be more than her income. We usually stop the whole thing right at the start before it becomes an actual application when people like that apply, but she demand that we go through the whole 9 yards with underwriting and everything and escalate it to management
Jesus
until we did so.
Christ.
all to just get a denial letter every time and come back next month to do it again. It annoyed the shit out of me because the company I worked for at the time tracked denials as a metric used for our quarterly bonus. And this one lady would literally be my only denials most quarters and would kill my bonus.
Yeah, because there's a thing called desktop underwrite that keeps it from wasting the time of the underwriters. So when you go to a lender and you apply with them, like in other words, like some lenders who have enough experience and talent, their desktop software is in their fucking head. You can have a 5-minute conversation with people like my wife, and they will tell you if you fucking are approved.
Yeah. Mandy was basically able to just be like, I mean, we'll run some numbers, but this is what you
had you like within the dollar. Like she's that good.
Yep.
Wow.
Underwriting is a whole different scenario. People are paid a salary to sit there and look at your shit. So for her to escalate it to that, and if you don't escalate it and they ask you to, then you can start talking about RESPA shit and like, are they violating my right to try to apply for credit because of my age, my sexuality, that type of shit. So you got to escalate it if they're asking. So for her or him, whoever, was it her that was applying?
It sounds like it was a lady who was.
That's psychotic shit.
Yeah.
Because if the desktop alone should tell you if you're good to go buy a house or not.
See, here's my question, and maybe, I don't know, maybe you can shed some light on this, but like in the time that I briefly worked as a realtor back when I was like 22 and didn't know what to do. Yeah. Very short amount of time. And enough for me to be like, I don't have enough confidence in this business. I don't feel like I know it well enough. And I also don't really like it that much, at least in the area that I was doing it in. But the one thing that blew my mind is the people that would inquire about buying a house that knew they couldn't do it. Like, what is that? Like, why does that happen?
Because it is the American dream, and there are people that are genuinely interested in seeing a house because what if someday I can have this? And I will normally give people that time of day within reason.
Sure.
Right? But, when you get in this business as long as I have, you can kind of qualify people too without asking too many prodding questions.
Yep.
But the looky-loos are a part of the business. You're going to waste time on people.
Sure.
Which leads me to the story that tops this one. I get a call.
Perfect.
It's a cold lead, and he calls me, and he wants to see a decent expensive house. I think it was $900,000 to $1 million. And he says he's a cash buyer, so I started asking about his company. I started asking about his job. It kind of checks out, but there's some red flags. So I drive out to the property. He pulls up brand new $100,000 Cadillac Escalade. Templates on it. It's loaded. He gets out dressed to the nines. The girl gets out. She's dressed to the nines. So on the surface, of course, there's going to be so many comments. Bill Gates wears Walmart clothes and he's rich, and poor people wear Gucci. That's not... Fuck off. He pulled up in an Escalade looking good. He said he had $1 million cash.
Yeah.
I took him at face value.
Yeah.
And I have another funny story about the opposite of that. Anyway, he gets out. We show him the house. He wants to write an offer. So I'm like, okay, I've taken you at your word. I met you. We spent 2 hours here.
Did he seem cool? Like,
seemed pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like everything kind of checked out. The lady didn't seem crazy. And I'm like, okay, in order to write a cash offer, I'm going to need to see a snapshot of bank accounts, statements, something with your name on it and the amount of money you got to your name. That can be a bank statement, a retirement account, don't care. Show me $1 million somewhere.
Show me the money.
Right? This is where it gets fucking amazing. He's like, okay, can it be a screenshot? I'm like, of course. I get a screenshot from a bank called eBank. And the amount in his account is 1 million even. 0.00. Not 53 cents.
Right.
Not $1,001 and 93 cents.
$1 million and 0 cents.
1 million .00. I was like, wow, that's fucking tremendous.
What a coincidence.
Exactly $1 million.
Interesting.
That's incredible.
Did he send this to you after the fact? You weren't with him, right?
No, he sent it to me after.
Okay.
After he
So you
left,
didn't have to have this realization in front of him.
So he's like, all right, we'll write the offer. Here's my proof of funds. And I'm like, well, I need to talk to somebody at the bank. Like, because this is, they're not going to take $1 million. He's like, oh, well, I always round up this and round down that, and so it's always an even number because I'm superstitious. And I'm like, okay, well, and it was X Bank in Colorado. I'm like, well, let's talk to your personal banker because you got $1 million in the bank. You got a personal banker.
Yeah.
almost always.
Yeah.
Either Chase Private Client, Wells Fargo Senior Advisors. If you have $1 million liquid, you usually have a private
There's somebody you
Yeah.
can call.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right.
So, call us, and he's like, I don't need to be on this call. I'm like, no, stay on the call. He's not going to authorize anything. And so as soon as the guy connects, he's like, oh, I have an emergency. I got to go. So I'm talking to the guy at X Bank in Colorado, and I'm like, hey, so-and-so told me to call and verify funds. And he's like, is that motherfucker trying? It just says it just like that. A bank in Colorado, a big bank. Wow. Is that motherfucker trying to buy another house? Do not show him another fucking house. Don't waste your time with him. He's been doing this for 2 years. He really thinks he can scam his way into a house cash. And I was
How would
like,
that even
are
work?
you serious? And he's like, yeah, he honestly thinks that if he just keeps showing everybody these fake bank statements, that he'll be able to get into a house, and then once the mortgage is due in 45 days, he'll just default, and it'll take forever to evict him. And I was like, okay, so I'm like, okay, well, how the fuck did he get that Escalade?
Yeah.
Well, I remember the name of the dealership around the plate.
Uh-huh.
So I call it dealership.
Holy shit.
And there's not the same laws in banking and real estate as there is in buying a fucking car.
They'll give you anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I got this client, so-and-so. Oh, yeah, he just bought an Escalade with us. And I'm like, did you guys verify income? He's like, bro, you ain't got to fucking verify income with a car loan. It's a physical asset. We'll just come repo. And I was like,
You might want to get on that.
I go, so how did he pay for the car? He goes, oh, zero down. I was like, oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
So the template should have been a red flag.
So he 100% just zeroed down the car. He probably bought all that shit on a credit card somewhere.
My God.
And was legit trying. And here's the best part. After I bust him with the car, bust him with the house. And this happened like 4 or 5 times over the last decade for me. People try to fake their way into houses. It's Had one client try to fake his way into a $3 million house, showed up in a fucking Lambo that he was on a demo drive for because he showed fake proof of funds to a dealership in Broomfield to get the Lambo on a test drive to
go
meet
see
me
the
at
house.
the fucking house.
Oh my God, dude!
Psychotic shit.
Like, okay, but what goes through a person? How do people think that that's going
They
to work?
really think they can talk their way into it, man. They really do.
That's amazing.
That is
I
so
don't know if it's
nuts.
mental illness or what, but this shit happens all the time.
Dude, I was blown away just by people who like thought that they could somehow skirt around having a terrible credit score with like trying to get like a house.
Oh
And
no,
I'm-
people just
and I'm like,
flat out.
I'm like, you
flat
knew
out
this.
try to fake it,
You
dude.
know this. Like, you know, somebody who's got fucking, I don't know, like $10,000-$20,000 of outstanding debt that they haven't paid that they're in delinquency.
and then
on.
there's the
And it's
opposite.
like, you know, you have that debt. Why do you think you're going to come in here and be like, oh no, can I make this work?
And then for all the commenters that are like, rich people don't dress like that. Well, here's your fucking win, guys. So I got a $1.7 million listing in Broomfield. It's a cool house. Dude pulls up in a busted fucking Volvo.
Hell yeah.
He's got
That's my dude.
He's got not my dude, which is funny, but yeah, I get it. Because to me, it's like, what are you waiting to die with a bunch of money? Like, have fun with that. So anyway, so he pulls up, gets out. Like one of his shoes actually had a hole in it. It was hilarious. So he's got blue jeans from '98, ripped shoes, busted fucking Volvo.
What's the price on the house?
$1.7 million.
Okay.
And he's like walking around, hands on hips, and he's got hair down to his mid back, and I'm like, you got to treat everybody the same.
Sure, of course.
Right, of course.
So I'm just like, okay, like, what do you think? Think I'll take it. And I'm like, tremendous. Can you show me proof of funds? And he hands me his banker's card. And the dude could have bought 70 of those fucking houses.
Wow.
So he looked like an absolute pauper, and he bought it as a rental property. He probably owned 5 other houses that were more money than that. And he drove away in his clicking Volvo in his shoes with holes
Dude,
on it.
some people don't care.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Man. And he was just telling me, but again, like that's my own shit. Is like, why acquire all that wealth if you're not going to use it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I live that way. I feel the same as that.
Like dudes, dudes. I know clients that have died with over 10 million in their account.
Whoa.
And
why?
No kids. And they leave it to the Catholic Church, and I'm like,
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no.
I actually got that story from my buddy Eric, who hopefully we'll have on here. He's also a realtor, And Eric had a client that was just worth so much money. It was stupid. And he's doing the estate sale. They both passed away. And he found out they were leaving every dollar to the Catholic Church. And he was like, oh,
that is the worst.
That's like beginning of life doctrination shit. Like that dude has been planning on
100%,
that his
yeah.
entire life. He's
Yeah,
been like,
yeah.
I made all this money. And in his back
Right.
of his mind, he's like, I'm going to give it to the church.
I'm gonna give
I know,
it, give it to
I know.
God.
That's
Oh
so
give it all to
crazy.
God.
Dude. That is
Dude,
insane. That's
dude,
wild.
oh
As
my
if the Catholic
God.
Church doesn't have enough money.
Yeah,
Amen.
right.
I've been to the Vatican.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Sell a
Right.
statue,
Oh my
dickheads.
God.
Right.
Get behind.
Yeah, but some people just don't care about like clearly that guy maybe owned properties. Maybe that was how he, and without giving too much away, like, do you know how he made his money?
He was in an old company called Storage Tech way back in the day in Colorado. Then it sold to IBM.
Oh,
And when it sold to
an
IBM, a
exit.
bunch of them made a bunch of money and
Yeah.
stayed and made even more. And so there's a lot of quiet
Yep,
old hippie
gotcha.
millionaires
Totally,
in that area.
Totally. Yeah, that's crazy. That's amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, because like, I mean, even take somebody like Tom, you know, I mean, who's not here this week, but Tom does great. Tom is super successful. Doesn't give a shit about cars.
Yeah.
He would prefer to
It's
get rid of
amazing.
his.
It's
Tom
amazing.
Tom.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just funny. Like, I don't know. Some people just don't care. But I guess
Not
there's
just
things
cars,
that,
though. I mean, there. Like, I know people that are fucking loaded that don't do anything. I'm not
Yeah.
saying they don't buy clothes, they don't buy cars. They don't take trips. They don't
Yeah,
donate to
yeah,
charity.
yeah.
They don't do a fucking thing. And it's like,
Why?
have fun.
Right.
And that's the part I just can't understand.
Well, some people I feel like are straight up in it for the game of like achieving a number.
yeah,
You know?
that's
Probably,
true.
yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
To each their own, by the way.
which
so.
is-
Yeah, no, which is like it's totally fine. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know. Like I have bought every asset. Well, not asset. I have bought every major purchase when I had no business buying any major. Like, okay, I don't know if I ever told you the story. This is how stupid I am, right? But this is just how much fucking blind faith I have in the shit that we're doing, which I guess is good to some degree. But when I bought the Tesla, I thought that I was going to be able to put like $5,000 down. You know, and I had that to put down, and I found out they finished the loan. Tesla Financing did the loan, and it came back. They're like, "Oh no, you got to put 10,000 down."
Tesla did the same thing to me, by the way.
Really?
Yep.
And I was like, "Fuck,"
Yeah, they did the same fucking thing.
because
why
I
would
did
they
not
do
have
that?
10 because it was the only way they could get the loan approved.
Because
I
they
didn't.
they only use 5 major banks. They don't use small credit unions and shit. So guys like us do the math. I thought I was only putting like 15 down.
Well, when I talked
they
to
came, I came in for my Model X performance delivery, and they were like, "You owe 41," and I
Yeah.
was like,
Right.
Yeah.
And well, because when I talked
"Or
to
don't take the car. We'll sell it to the next guy." That's what they tell you.
Yeah. But I was talking to the salesperson, and like they were like, I was like, "Can I put this much down?" And they were like, "Yeah."
Yep.
And then they did the loan. Found out the only way they could get it approved because the max that they would finance was whatever it was, like 45,000 or something, whatever it was. And so they were like, "Okay, well, this is the most any bank will give you, so you got to come up with the rest." And so I
And
was
by
like,
any bank, they mean the 5 major banks.
yeah,
They
the
go
only
through
ones
each
that they use.
Way
but,
different,
But
yeah.
fun fact, though, I did talk to a credit union, and they were going to give me like half of that. Because I just started on YouTube. I was just starting to make some okay
So
money.
you had the
and so I didn't have the history.
self-employed problem.
Yeah. Which isn't as stringent as like getting a mortgage, but still, it was like
Yeah.
not. I didn't have the most history for them to look at. So here's what I did. This is so stupid. I still think about this to this day, and it worked. And I'm like, I'm glad it worked, but it was so dumb. This is not good advice. This is # not financial advice. I had 2 credit cards that had cash advances available.
Hey, it's your money to use, buddy.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Paying to borrow money, yeah.
and I maxed out the cash advance on both of those credit cards.
Do you know
so
how
that I
many
could make up-
commenters are going to be like flipping about this?
It's so stupid. I'm fully aware of how dumb that was. Like it was
Dude, that's so
completely
nuts.
stupid.
Yeah.
But I was just like,
I mean, it's not as stupid as like committing violent crimes.
yeah, well, that's,
like,
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
But
for
that's,
sure,
that's
for sure.
Again,
I could have blown it all in Vegas.
Yeah,
you know
like
what I mean?
again, like
Right.
to the
Yeah,
point
yeah.
of like who the commenters are going to go crazy. It's like,
Yeah.
cool, bro. Like on
No,
your
no,
grave,
for
it's
sure.
going to say great credit score.
Yeah. Right.
Here lies,
Exactly.
here lies Stanley Credit.
Right.
He died with an 805 FICO. Like, congrats, dickhead.
Well, and the fact that most people don't realize that a bank considers 760 perfect.
Yeah.
Like nothing
Yeah.
above that is worth anything.
I think it might even be less than that actually.
740 or something like
Yeah.
that.
720, I
Yeah,
think.
Sega
720
is considered
Holy
perfect
shit.
credit,
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't have that far to go then.
Yeah.
Dude.
Not that I give a shit, but like, so that's what I did is I took out cash in advance from 2 credit cards and then went because and the only reason I did is because I knew I had money coming in,
Yeah.
and that I would just pay that right off,
Right.
and I did, and
Right.
it was okay, but like still dumb. But that's how I feel about the thing that was like I had the money. It was my fucking dream,
Yeah.
dude. I dreamed I literally sold my parents a Tesla. Like that's how much I talked about Tesla for so long.
Yeah.
And I was like so excited about the aspect of finally being able to buy one.
Yeah.
And then I did. And I was like, holy dude, the feeling of getting in the car to leave the dealership.
I had that feeling. It was good.
Oh, that was like
Yeah.
whew.
Right.
Well,
and-
I didn't feel that way when I bought our house.
No, I agree. Because
Like-
cars are so much more emotional than houses.
Yes,
Which,
yeah.
Again, the commenters that don't own a home will be like, "What are you talking about the home?" You don't get it. You get into you walk up to a crispy Model X and that fucking door opens for you,
And it's yours.
and then you sit down and push the brake pedal and the door
God.
closes
Yeah,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
You think you're you
It's
think
crazy.
you're John fucking Elway, baby.
Oh, driving out of
It's
that parking
tremendous.
lot, I was giddy. I was giggling. I was giggling.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
that's how fucking excited I was.
Well, you see, I mean, honestly, I mean, if so, that financial move of taking it out on those credit cards, honestly, I think that's like a fine and actually okay. Like that's okay
Well,
by
the
me
ol-
financially
the
because you know that things
Bingo.
are coming in.
Yeah.
yeah. If you
That's
if you,
the only reason
yeah,
it was okay.
Yeah, like I like
Every rich person I know never spends their own fucking money.
but that's
Exactly.
different. That's
It's
a little different
to
though.
a point,
yeah.
though. But it's also okay. So what you did is just a poor man's version of Trump borrowing to build a building.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's many instances where that dude has borrowed hundreds of millions of dollars. He has no fucking business or intent to ever pay back,
yeah,
and they
yeah.
give him the money.
I know.
So
Right.
what
Yeah.
you just did was just a very small scale
Yeah.
of what rich people do to make movies, build buildings, buy companies. It's just on a smaller scale.
That's true.
I always tell people that the trick that the world plays on the normal Joe is that you have to play it safe, have great credit, pay
Fuck
all your
that.
bills on
No.
time, and don't borrow
That is
money.
so not true.
I think Dave Ramsey, I'd love to talk to that guy in person because he's all about debt free, save your cash. Motherfucker, how you gonna get rich if you're debt free and only make $50,000 a
Well,
year?
yes, and that's 100% true. And
And he's got a bunch of answers to that, and it's like, no, sit down and fucking tell me.
The only thing I'll say about that is like if you are somebody who you make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year and that's your salary, like, and that's you can plan on that income and you're going to get a 1 to 3% raise a year,
Yeah.
and maybe your job has a bonus or something like that. Like if you are in that position, then Dave Ramsey's shit makes a lot of sense because especially if you get yourself into debt and then all of a sudden like you
I
need
agree
a
with
plan
that.
to get out.
But he always talks about like the millionaire next door shit, and it's
Yeah.
like, well,
That's not
he
talking
sh-
to your to
he should just be talking. He should just be giving that advice, saying, "I'm trying to help you live a more financially stress-free life."
yes.
And his shit really, people mistake his advice for getting rich, and it's like, no,
No, and
no.
I don't know if he's selling it as get rich as much as he's selling it like be responsible and be.
You're probably
like-
right.
And like
Yeah.
don't worry about things like retirement. You know what I mean? Put yourself in a good position to be okay for something like retirement. In which case,
Right.
his advice makes a lot of sense. But we are all here at this table very fortunate to be in a position where we don't have like a salary that's like set, so we have that ability to kind of
But
look
also
forward
the
and
risk
say,
of not having a salary that's set.
It's much
I'm
higher.
one bad month
Yes.
away from being like,
Yes.
oh, fuck.
and
Because of
same.
the way you have to run my business and the way you have to
Yes.
invest.
Yeah, and
Right.
here's an interesting application of that. April. Okay, so we got this office at the beginning of April, and we started moving in. And during that process, we posted, I think in the entire month of April, we posted 2 videos. And they were also 2 videos that had a little bit of a new approach that we thought we wanted to experiment with. Turns out it wasn't a great approach, and we've since changed some things anyways. But we were going from posting multiple times a week to posting 2 times in an entire month. And our sales tanked. Like the fact that we were not talking about that regularly really caused a serious downward trend for a month there, to the point where, like you said, you're one bad month away from being like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I got to figure some shit out. And that's kind of where we were. We were like, oh shit, like we can't do that. We gotta fix that problem. And and we did, and it's fine. But like, it does go to show you that we are very fortunate to be in the position we're in. And at the same time, you could argue there's more risk. Now, at the same time with that, somebody could lose their job tomorrow.
I was just
And
gonna
that
say,
happens.
like the people who think they're playing it safe.
That's the thing, dude.
They're taking a risk too.
Right,
There's risk there.
100%. And that's a big reason why what you're saying, like, take chances, like, risk is not a bad thing, even though we are kind of taught that it is. We're taught, like, don't take risk ever. Play it safe.
Oh, dude, I had a financial advisor tell me once, sitting in this big high-rise in Cherry Creek, he literally said, I tell my clients to live like you are a poor person until you're 65, and then you'll be a wealthy person.
Who wants to
And
be
I
a wealthy
thought
person
about
at
the fact that
75?
I am 37 years old, and I've lost 11 teammates from the Northern Colorado football team.
Jeez.
In 12 years.
Wow.
So that's about one a year. Then I thought about all my friends' parents that have died before 65.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is some of the most bullshit you think you have tomorrow guaranteed crap.
Yeah.
That of course a financial advisor would tell you. Sure. Invest as much as you can with me so you have it tomorrow. Exactly. When tomorrow's never fucking guaranteed.
Benefits the shit out of him.
Yep. Can you believe that? Like
that's
I looked at him and I was like, that's disgusting. And he was like taken back. And I was like, that's utter. So I was like, what? So we can all be old and tired and have to pee on our vacations? Like, sounds great. Yeah, I want to go backpack Cambodia at 65. Yeah. That sounds fucking great.
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Risk is good. I mean, as long as you're not being too dumb. But the thing is, and I couldn't, it's not like I planned for this, but like I happened to be in a position where I was able to get out of that car for almost what I paid for it. Mm-hmm. So, it ended up like really working out. And then I needed no cash to buy the Cayman because I just rolled over the money I made on the car.
Because Teslas just hold on to their value.
Well, and the big problem was because you can't get new ones, So because it's a lot to do with the delivery factory shit. So their new ones are very, very difficult to get. So the used ones were going for almost new pricing. My car had 30,000 miles on it, and I almost got what I paid for it. It's insane.
Oh, they're still like that.
It's insane.
We looked at them the other day. What was the one that was like 70,000 miles or 80,000 miles?
Yeah, and it was like almost $50,000.
Yeah,
it's wild, dude. It's crazy. But all cars are crazy right now. But that in particular was just like holy shit. So I mean, yeah, I took advantage of it. You know what I mean? Like because I said, well, if they figure out this problem with the delivery and the supply of these Teslas, then my car with 30,000 miles, the value of that is going to tank. So I'm like, I better get out of it now while I can before I'm stuck with a used car that nobody wants. So it did work out, but I took out two cash advances to get it. Oh my God. Vinny's P number 2. What else we got?
I just had my prostate checked, so fuck off with commenters as well.
That's fun. Ooh, that's nice. That's some good juice. We'll have to.
That's right.
We'll have to dig into there with 3 fingers when he gets back.
Yeah, right.
Oh my
really
God.
lay into that one.
Oh my God. So Amrom's happy to be back in New York.
Yeah,
that's good.
We're happy to have him back.
Oh, we're happy to be back in Colorado. We're not in New York.
Yeah. No, I'm not happy to be back.
He's happy to be back in Colorado. Yes. Yeah. So how has like, I mean, you've said a little bit to us, but like, how has your life felt different since you moved here? You need to tighten that thing up. It keeps falling.
Is it this one?
Yeah. That's righty tighty, lefty loosey.
All right, there we go. All right. Yeah.
See ya.
I think you'll be okay. It's okay. What was the question?
Like being in Colorado. Yeah. How's your life changed?
Well,
because you've really only been here for what, 2 months?
Yeah. 2 maybe 3 months.
2. Yeah.
You've made a lot of headway in 2
months. A lot has changed. And a lot had to do with mindset. And I was and I still am a big believer that like, if it's mindset and it's your mind, you should be able to control it, and like no outside forces should like are dependent to change it. But like it is funny how like when you do like change into a new zone, like you just can't help but like your mind just changes, right?
Yeah.
And so like the thing that I love about here is that like, okay, I remember that I came here for a vacation. I stayed at your place. And you're like, oh yeah, the weather is great and the sun and the whatever, right? And then when I moved here, and I was like, oh yeah, like I get it. Like it's always sunny, and I really like that. And I feel like every day is like fun, And then like, I've told you guys individually, just like socially wise, like I love like just Colorado people. People are just nicer and just all these things in comparison to New York. And like, again, you don't know what you don't know. And I thought that like, while living in New York, like this is just how people are. This is how you interact with people, you know. Like I was like here's the thing that would never happen in New York. I was at Safeway, the local grocery store around here, and I wanted to just keep on walking straight, and we were gonna. This other lady was over there, and she had a shopping cart, and we were gonna collide, but she like pleasantly smiled. She's like, "No, it's cool," and like I was just like graciously thank you, you know, and all this stuff, and I was like, wow, that would never happen in New York, you know. And this other thing, I was telling Jake this earlier, but like I was in New York, and this was after I had finished teaching a private lesson of one of my students. So I'm back. I'm done teaching. I get in my car, and I'm driving. And sometimes in where I'm from, Long Island, you'll get like parks, like bike parks where they go into forests. And sometimes, you get out of the forest, and then there's a road, and then across the road there's another part of the park with another part of the forest, right? So I see this lady come with her bike, and she stops because I'm driving, right? And if I was a New Yorker, which I guess I was, I would have just kept going, and then she would have then driven off. But I was like, no, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling nice. I just had a great lesson.
I'm from Colorado
I'm
now.
from Colorado now. Yeah, right. I'm feeling like a Coloradan. So she stops, and so then I just like park, and I just like wave her on, and like clearly like in the car, just like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. And so then she goes, and she doesn't even say like fucking thank you, and she fucking goes, and I'm like, what the I'm like, what the fuck? And then literally
then you ran her over.
Yeah, right. No. And then after, and then I drove, and then literally like I had like a fucking 10-minute monologue by myself in the car, where I was just like,
you are a fucking dickhead, New Yorker. You did the right thing. You gave the right of way to the pedestrian. You're pissed about it.
No, I don't know. She stopped. So I was like, okay. Like normally as like a New Yorker, if the bike person stops, it's like, okay, she stopped. So I'm
that
just gonna
violates
go.
state law in Colorado. You think we're nice and it's a fucking law. We have to stop.
Yeah, but it's
for
a law in New
pedestrians.
York too, I think, and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, well, yeah. So that like that's
Right.
what I know. So I'm like, I think that's normal. So I just
Well, yeah, the funny part about this is like clearly, obviously, there are plenty of people that would be like, "What are you talking about?" It is completely the opposite.
Yeah,
because
right,
it all comes down to your experiences, I suppose. But it is funny, and this is something that like Vinny being from here.
Yep.
It's kind of like listening to us talk about some weird foreign shit because
I'm lucky enough that my sister has lived there for 20 years, so my dad's from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I get it.
So you've experienced, but literally when I tell you, when I first moved here, I thought after months, I was like, why do I feel like I'm on vacation?
Right.
And
That's funny.
That's how different the weather makes you feel.
That's funny.
Like the
100%.
beautiful days, like just like the blue sky.
It's so funny because I'm from here, and this weather drives me fucking crazy.
What does? The heat?
The Colorado weather.
Really?
Really?
Oh,
Dude.
absolutely.
Oh my
One
God.
day
Why?
it's 80, the next day
Well,
it's
yeah.
fucking
I mean,
snowing.
sure,
Okay,
yeah.
that
And
is kinda weird.
but here's what's funny is through your guys' rose-colored glasses, all you see is the sunshine.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
And I'm like, no, you can't
You know
plan
why?
a wedding here
But
because
you know
it's
why?
gonna shit on your wedding.
But the reason why is because we never fucking saw the sunshine in New
I know
York.
it's tremendous. Like
Yeah.
somebody from Pittsburgh was telling me they would not see the sun for 9 months.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, all it is clouds.
It's
and
9
rain.
months of overcast.
even in the middle of summer.
And rain is such a different, because like during the springtime it usually rains here like once a day, but it's such a different, people don't realize like how different it is, because when it rains here, in fact, I gotta show you this. Maybe we can put it on screen later. This is a picture I took from my deck, and it's crazy because it shows you Colorado weather in a nutshell. It is the perfect depiction of Colorado weather. Look at this. So currently on my deck, it is not raining. And then out by the mountains, it's raining. And then beyond that, it's not raining.
Yeah.
No rain me, mountains, a little bit of rain, and then blue sky behind it. That is literally what rain is in Colorado.
Yeah, that's
in
pretty
New York,
crazy.
in the Northeast, it's like 3 days of, I can't tell if I'm looking at clouds or just white or just, I don't even know, because
Yeah, I
it's
can't
all
fathom that.
one blanket of just
Yeah.
like nondescript whiteness.
Oh, yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
water coming out of it for the 5th fucking day in a row.
Yeah.
And that's what living in the Northeast is like.
Yeah, we don't have that.
No,
Yeah, no.
not at all.
Well, also about the snow thing. Like, I mean, when it comes to snow, like when we have snow in the Northeast, it's like, okay, it's been snowing and ice from the sky for the last 6 months or something like that. 3 to 6 months at least. And then, you know, when the snow comes here for a day, we're like, oh, well, okay, it's going to be gone in 24 hours. So it's not really a big deal.
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But I think the point I'd be making is you plan for that shit in New York. So when it is rainy or icy,
Yeah, but
you
you
will
gotta plan
never
for that
have an
here.
outdoor venue, right? Here it's like, we're going to get married on June 1st. Well, grab those fucking dice and kiss them, bitch, and throw them. Because you are hoping and praying that you are going to have the day you had yesterday.
You know what's
Right.
funny? You know what's hilarious about the weather here is like it always says it's going to rain until the day of, and then it doesn't.
No,
or
it'll just do 10 inches out of nowhere.
Right, yeah.
After a 69-degree day the day
you
before.
never have warning.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the other thing too is it's always like 10 degrees hotter than the forecast says.
Yes,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
because of the sun and the altitude.
Yeah. That's crazy. But why don't they account for that?
Well, because I guarantee what they would say is we're using the actual temperature.
Not what you feel.
Your car, however, feels hotter, and it's like, well, yeah, because the air is thinner and we're higher.
Yeah.
It maybe is hotter. So they honestly should do like it's 72 degrees feels like 82, but we don't do that.
It's fascinating.
Even though it always feels like 82.
Yeah. That's
Guys.
crazy.
I have to go pee.
Yes.
Wow. It's not just Vinny this time. While you're doing that, we're going to pass out. We're going to wrap this up. And to wrap it up, we're going to do our own round of misconnections. This is Dylan's
True or
first.
false?
This is Dylan's first misconnections. So
And that
we're going to,
misconnections,
so let's
Jerry,
do this.
let's go.
So we're going to give these, don't read these yet. So there's yours. There's yours.
Thank you.
And then I'll give one of these to Amrom, and I'll take the last one. Oh, man. Whoo! So yeah, we're branded now. We've got social handles at Odd Time Show everywhere that social media profiles are found.
Anyone that watched from the first episode would already have seen them by now because we haven't released the first episode
Well,
yet.
you know what? I don't pay attention to details like that. So thank you for clearing that up.
That's why you hired me.
Yeah, I stole you away from your wife and made you move back to the United States.
It was Charles.
I know. It's kind
She,
of my fault.
she has an accent, right?
Yeah,
That's beautiful. I love those accents.
it's good.
I do.
you on the podcast.
I happen to also very much enjoy British accents.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Leanne hates random different kinds of accents. But not like straight up. Not like, oh, she can't stand British. No, British accents are fine. But there'll be like one word that she's like, why do they say it like that?
Like, what's circulatory? How do they say that one?
Seculatory?
Or did I just say it? Circulatory.
Maybe.
No,
I
they
don't know.
say it different. Like aluminium.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, aluminium.
They say circulatory
Yes.
differently.
Oh, interesting.
Aluminium.
I didn't know that. Aluminium I knew about.
Yeah.
So here's one that drives her nuts. Okay, and I keep trying to say like, no, this makes sense. This is correct.
Circulatory.
So
Circulatory.
you're still trying to figure that out?
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. We're talking about teams. So like watching Formula One, for example.
I remember this.
She is driven nuts by the fact that they will say the team are doing this or Aston Martin are blah blah blah.
Oh.
She's like, the team is singular, it's not plural. And I'm like, yes, but they're talking about the people on the team. She's like, no, it's
She
it's
says
teams.
teams.
Right.
They say teams.
No. They're saying
no.
are
They say
instead of
the
is.
team are,
So
yeah.
so
The
we
team
would say
is versus
we
the
would
team
say
are.
the team is waiting to blah blah blah. The team is going to blah blah blah.
I
do
found
this.
the problem. They're
But
talking about grammar now.
the-
I can't do that.
it's not your area of expertise.
Right.
No, but it drives her nuts that they'll say something like, "Oh yeah, the team are doing this," and it's like, "Yeah, but it's a group of people," and she's like, "No, it's wrong."
That's good. That's good.
I would agree with Leanne. I think it's a Long Island thing. I think
Maybe
we do
it is
right.
a Long Island thing. You guys do it right. You're like, "Yeah, we're from Long Island. We do it
We
right."
do it right.
Hence he just left.
Long Island.
Oh man. Okay, we got to wrap this up. We got misconnections to do. Amrom, hit it.
All right. So misconnections.
We got to decipher if they're real or fake.
Correct.
Yes.
Right. All right. Here's the title, guys. I want to bang a juggalette.
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 Juggalo is the
Juggalo,
male version
correct.
of Insane Clown Posse. Juggalette is the female version
There you go.
of Insane Clown Posse.
So here we go. I want to bang a good-looking juggalette. I promise I will be. I promise.
Doesn't. I mean,
I promise I will be good and it'll be worth it. I'm a normal guy, but I just want to experience how a juggalette bangs.
100% true. Guarantee it. Call my
That
fucking
feels real.
shot.
That does feel real.
If you are a guy and have a juggalette girlfriend, let me know. We can team up or something.
Hell. Oh, whoa! I was gonna say like pay. You can watch.
No, he's like, no, let's team up.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Oh my god, yeah, that feels real. That one feels really real.
All right.
It
Wait, no,
definitely-
that's not the one.
it feels
That's not the
very
one. It's this one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. What do you think?
fucking
Well, hold
real.
on. Let's hear the other one first.
Is that how that goes?
They're paired. Yeah.
Me and Tom are the only ones that usually butt in and say which ones we think are real early, so I'm sorry for that.
Okay. So here we go. Lady and the Tramping a Cigarette. You know what that
Yeah,
means?
that means that they
Oh.
Like the
you're-
spaghetti
you
noodle,
have
and
the
like
filter in and somebody's
both
eating.
ends of the.
Ooh, this is hot.
What the fuck?
This is
From
hot.
Lady and the Tramp, the spaghetti,
Spaghetti.
where
Right,
the dogs.
right.
So
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
smoking a cigarette this way, and you eat the ash end.
Ew. What the hell?
Oh,
Yeah.
Have you tried it? No, no.
Yeah. Real.
yeah.
Real.
He's like, I mean, this is like a regular Saturday for me. What are you talking about?
Right.
Okay, all right. Was trying to enjoy dinner with my family at Boba and Crepes tonight.
That's just a funny line. I'm sitting there with my 3 dickhead kids and my beautiful wife, and somebody's eating a fucking cigarette.
Oh my god! When we all looked over mid-meal and saw you and your hippie girlfriend, Lady and the Tramping a lit cigarette.
Oh, that's so
My
hot.
my wife and I violently spit out our food. My 7-year-old daughter asked me what you were doing, and I didn't know what to say. How do you tell a 7-year-old girl? Lost track of it. How do you tell a 7-year-old girl that a guy, you, were smoking a cigarette with his bohemian girlfriend sloppily made out with him while he was smoking and swallowed his lit cigarette? Fuck you.
No, dude.
All right.
First of all, you don't explain that to a 7-year-old. You go, stop fucking looking. That's what I tell my kid.
Like, Daddy,
Don't
what's
look at-
that? None of your
Nothing.
business.
Nothing.
Exactly.
How do you do, like, what do you, like, your kids at some point are going to ask questions that you got to be like, nothing.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
You just gotta get creative. Don't lie, though.
Don't lie.
When you lie to your kids, they tell other people. They don't even know they're telling on you, and they fucking tell on you.
Right.
So you
Right.
better be truthful with your kids, because they will walk straight up to a random fucking stranger in the street and be like, my dad said that tramping is this. And they're like, what? Your parents are fucked. Like, so, never lie to your kids.
Right.
I have to hear yours before I decide
no,
if
no,
that
it's
one
these
is right.
two.
Yeah.
No,
so
no, no.
I think.
Oh, that
I
one's
think-
real.
I think that's
no.
real.
You
That's-
think this is real?
and
That's
a
well
lie.
written. This is real.
Okay.
No, I think
And
that's real.
I
This is a
think
lie.
Amrom's is real.
Yeah.
Amrom's is real.
Yes,
So I
it's
think-
The
real.
Juggalette one is real.
All right, so Amram thinks that the Lady and the Tramping a Cigarette is real. The rest of us think that the Juggalette.
The
No,
teamwork
Dylan's on
is
my
real.
boat.
Wait, what? No, I think
No, no,
yours.
you're the only one.
you're
that thinks
solo.
this
So
one is
I'm
real.
solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
you're by
solo.
yourself here, man.
So Amram thinks that Lady and the Tramping a Cigarette is real, and we all think that Want to Bang a Juggalette is real.
Yes, it's clear as fucking day.
so we need that- we
let's.
need that
What do we
answer.
got, Jake?
All right, so Lady and the Tramping a Cigarette is fake.
yeah!
Yeah.
I've gotten one wrong in
fucking
every
hate
episode.
That's
so
true.
far.
You've got a good track
Yeah,
record
yeah, that's
going
real
on.
good.
That's amazing. Yeah, this Lady and the. Let's see. If I had to, what gave it away? I don't know.
Bohemian Girlfriend.
Bohemian.
That's way too good at writing, dude.
maybe.
I just
That's
think
way
you,
too good at
I just
writing.
think you
Careful,
gotta be
Jake.
really.
I think two things.
Like,
Wait. Go ahead.
I just think you gotta be really fucking high to eat the ass end of a cigarette.
That's true too.
The
But
Bohemian
wait a
Girlfriend
minute.
gave
Wait
it
a
to me.
minute. That tells me that this came from something.
Just my imagination.
You unironically thought of Lady and the Tramping a
I
Cigarette.
did.
That's
yeah.
pretty good,
Holy
actually.
shit.
I just thought it was a funny thought.
It is hilarious.
Oh my god. Let's see. Because was trying to enjoy dinner. That feels like something you would write. You know, starting with the word was. And then also, my wife and I violently spit out our food. That also feels like something you would write.
Okay.
So those two
That
things
does
for
seem
me.
like
Gathering intel. for
Those,
future-
yeah, I know. Those two things
Yeah.
for me kind of gave it away.
You gotta change
and
your
then,
writing style.
Yeah.
The rest of it was pretty good. It could have gone either way. I feel like, but yeah, those two things for me kind of gave it away. But Juggalette though, that's
Ready?
fucking insane. Okay, let's go.
Hey, girl, I'm your server at Applebee's right now, writing this while you're here. It's a slow night. Just wanted to drop you a quick note. There are millions of better places to I'm sorry, I read this wrong. I said, hey, girl. Proposal at Applebee's. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
okay, okay. Start over.
Scratch that.
Start over.
9, 6, 7, 8. I'm your server at Applebee's right now. Why did I say, hey, girl?
I don't know. Why did you say that?
Hey, girl. Wait.
Hey, girl.
It's improvisation.
Hey, girl. That was fucking stupid.
We need
Proposal
we need
at
we need
Applebee's.
Amrom saxophone with
Yeah,
light
Yeah,
stick.
yeah, right behind that.
Oh man.
I'm your server at Applebee's right now, writing this while you are here. It's a slow night. Just wanted to drop a quick note. There are millions of better places to propose to your girl than here. It was extremely embarrassing for me as a server to walk out with a plate of microwave mozzarella sticks and chicken tenders. Applebee's got some good chicken tenders, though. Only to get to your table and have you on your fucking knees proposing to your girl. I stood there awkwardly for a few seconds while the steaming coagulated cheese and chicken baskets before I turned around and went back to the kitchen to wait for her to hopefully reject you for proposing at a fucking Applebee's. This place is a joke. What happened to Mend? Girl, find you a new one.
That could be real.
Oh, that could be real.
I gotta hear this one now.
Yeah, we gotta hear the
Definitely
comparison.
could be.
Yeah.
We gotta hear the comparison.
Yeah. All right. Title. Was that your limb?
Mike.
Oh, title. Was that your limb? I was running to catch the 9 train early in the morning Tuesday. Apparently, I wasn't the only one. I saw you down the subway. Jesus Christ, read Dylan. I saw you down the subway stop ahead of me. You were sprinting and collided with a support column.
Oh, God.
Your prosthetic arm flew off, and you kept running. You made the train, and I did not. All that was left was your lovely arm, glistening from the summer humidity. It smelled of pine and saddleneck oil. Wait, there's more. I have it now in my living room. It's sitting in the hallway basket with some umbrellas and a didgeridoo. Contact me. I'd like to meet the rest of you.
That's 100%
I'd like
fake.
to meet the rest of you.
That is 100% fake.
Oh
That's
my
fake.
God.
I love it. That's
Just,
fake.
All right, wait.
Not because it's just good writing, but because nobody would ever leave a fucking $5,000 prosthetic arm behind.
That's the other thing.
Right.
But what if it wasn't a $5,000 prosthetic arm? What if it was like a
Like a piece
fucking
of wood?
peg?
Oh God.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But it
could've
said
been just like
glistening.
Right.
Well, now I don't know, dick faces.
All right, that one's real.
this-
That one's fake.
This one alone had some stuff where I'm like, no.
Also, why does this smell of pine and saddleneck oil? What the fuck is saddleneck oil?
It's a wooden peg.
For horse.
It's not $5,000.
Oh,
there you go.
Fuck, now I'm confused.
Yeah.
I gotta go with my gut. This is real. That's fake.
I'm with Vinny.
I might go the other way on this one.
Applebee's is real.
Man, when's the last time you went to an Applebee's?
I can't answer that because it makes my wife violent that I like Applebee's.
Well, for all the places that we go to dinner that you guys do like, the
Exactly.
fact that you like Applebee's,
my clients and people like just flat out don't believe me. They're
Yeah.
like, "What are some of your
There's
favorites?"
no
And I'm
way.
like, "Oh, I love the chicken fingers at Applebee's," and they're like, "You just took us to Uchi and they ate $30 pieces of tuna. Like, what the fuck?
what are you
like,
talking about?
Yeah, yeah, it makes my wife
So
violent.
you unironically like Applebee's.
Unequivocally like Applebee's.
I've always liked
Steering into
the
it.
buff chick nuggets. I've
You're
always-
eating good in the
yeah.
neighborhood, bud. Shit,
No,
2 for 10.
Don't hashtag it.
Oh my god! Sponsored by
Yeah.
Applebee's.
Yeah.
Oh, please, dear God. I'll change anything about myself I need to change Applebee's.
I'll
Just
dye my
give
hair.
me the business.
Yeah, I'll get a tattoo.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh boy, I don't know.
Okay, so yeah.
There are some details in this one that make me kind of like, I mean, Jake could write this.
No, I really think the Applebee's one is real.
Now I do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the
First, I
Applebee's
thought
one-
this was too good at
'cause-
writing. I thought it was too good.
Because also,
You know what?
I was going to say something that doesn't line up very well with Vinny loving Applebee's, but I was going to say the type of usual clientele at Applebee's might be the same type of people who would propose at Applebee's.
Who would be like, hell yeah.
Is that where you proposed to Mandy?
Right.
Kind of.
Kind of.
No.
He's a classy guy.
You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm sticking with my gut, and I don't care if I'm wrong.
All right.
I'm saying, was that your limb is real?
Look, I want this to be real.
I
but
want
it's-
that to be real
it's
really
not. That's
badly.
real.
not.
Yeah.
This one's real.
That
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
All right. What do we got?
What's the tally?
What?
The tally is I'm the only one that thinks was that your limb is real.
Everyone else is on.
Everyone
that
else
boat.
is on that Applebee's.
Applebee's is fake.
Yes! Fuck you guys!
No fucking way.
No way.
Oh yes!
No way.
That was amazing. And you know what?
This seemed like something that you would write.
I know, right?
Oh man,
That person's a better writer than you.
I know, right?
Your prosthetic limb is sitting with my didgeridoo. Like,
Yeah, it was so over the
Yeah,
top.
yeah,
I was
that's
like,
well
no
over the
fucking
top.
way.
Australians
Yeah,
are
exactly.
pretty over the top, though.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? That's a good place to wrap it
That
up.
was
On
fun,
a
guys.
win!
That was good.
All right, boys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today. This is the Odd Time Show, and
All right.
you can find us anywhere online
By the way,
at Odd
hold
Time
on.
Show.
Hold on.
Hold on.
way too many music people here. Are we gonna come up with like a song like
Oh.
time?
No. We'll write a corny, but like the joke will be that the jingle is terrible.
Exactly.
It's like yeah, it's so bad. Like it's just like
Actually, we should do
horrible
that.
Yes, we
70s
should.
TV.
Yeah.
We
Like
could make
Yeah.
some stuff.
we could do
certainly
something.
make
We'll have to
some
do
stuff.
something. But
We'll make
until
something.
then,
Totally out of tune.
Yeah.
cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
See you next time.
Yep. See ya.
That was good. That was awesome.